What's up, guys? Happy Saturday. It's been a while since I've been on here. So I'm going to try to locate myself so I can see your typing. Okay, I see a couple people here, so hi. I'll say hi to you by name when I get to the actual video. There we go. Hey Sarah, how are you? Thank you. It's Saturday, and ordinarily I stay in pajamas. I don't do makeup. So it was unusual today for me to actually put on makeup, so it's pretty light. Hey Casey, how are you? It's good to see you guys. I was actually going to do something, and I changed my mind, but you guys can tell me what you think about it. I was thinking next time I need to do an experiment, first of all, because for some reason, whenever I try to be on live when I'm in my room with my beauty stuff, with my beauty area or in my beauty area, my Wi-Fi goes off and on. And you guys know how expensive it is with data when you're doing video. And so I need to do an experiment, just kind of impromptu live in there to see if it stays connected. I don't know if it'll break up and cut us off every time, or if it'll just kind of switch back and forth between Wi-Fi and the other without an interruption. But what I was going to do is just kind of come in with my face makeup done and bring some palettes and lippies and cheeks and stuff and just let you guys decide what I put on my face. I think that would be fun. Hey Maggie. Hey MK and Diego. How are you guys doing today? Good. I'm in my office though, and I was just being lazy, to be honest. I didn't want to have to drag everything in here and then put it back away. So I just decided to do a little bit of unboxing stuff. Hey Mom, you made it. Thank you. I need to holler at my husband. Hey Patrick, did you get in? No. Okay, if you refresh now, it should show you the live.
I tried. It won't. There it is.
Okay. Hey MC the Shiznit, how are you? Thank you. Anyway, I got a few things. You guys know I'm on a no buy, low buy kind of situation till my birthday. Aw, Diego, I'll be praying for you. I know, I was kind of feeling that way before I started this. Just kind of out of sorts and anxious and just trying to get everything together because my time is so limited. Yeah, for sure. Oh, hey, Becky. I didn't see you there. But anyway, so I'm going to talk about a few things. I wanted to give you guys a hush update. I wanted to do my Morphe Me unbagging. And one other thing that I'm pretty excited about. Yeah, exactly. And I always splurge on my birthday in June. And so I'm like, okay, I'll do it until then and get some money in the bank and get some stuff paid off and all that. And it's not as if I don't have enough makeup, right? Is there such a thing? Yeah, I have bought a few things, but mostly really inexpensive things and mostly specifically for videos. I'll watch it, Diego, and check out what's going on. Yeah, and that's the other thing too. I need a camera, and so if I don't stop buying makeup, I'm never going to save enough money to buy one. My mom did give me one that I'm going to try, but I think it is so old that I don't even think that it's HD, and so I'm not sure how clear it will be. I have to do a little trial, and that's the thing I forgot to get from you, Mom, that card reader. I still need to get a card reader too, so just to even do an experiment. Hey, red wine and blue Mom. See? You guys all feed into my addiction. You guys are, what's the word? Co-signers. Yeah, it's no fun when it's not by choice, for sure. But I wanted to give you guys a Hush update because the last time we spoke, I was kind of irritated because I had contacted Hush, the shop Hush app. I had contacted them about 20 times and with no response. And I know with the push and the big time appearance of it on YouTube and social media, I'm sure they have had an influx of a lot of business coming from YouTube. And so I'm sure they're backed up. They probably need to hire more people and all that. Okay, Mom, thank you. I think it's Kodak. I'm not sure. It's an older camera. She's had it for over 10 years. I just need to try it and see if it's better than what I'm using now. But, you know, you work with what you got. Hey, Mandy, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Leave me running, guys, if you can. Even if you can't stick around, leave me running. All right. Anyways, I got an email saying they were sending me a replacement for the broken palette. And so that has arrived, and they didn't give me any trouble, didn't ask me for the broken one back. And so I just feel like they were behind. I don't think they were ignoring me. Anyways, I got the Solstice, and it's all in one piece or all in several pans, but you know, not broken. And it's so pretty. So the good news is I will fix the other one with the trick that Denny said, to fix the one that's broken and give it to Becky. Hey, Lola. I'm sorry I didn't see you there. Yeah, give me a thumbs up too. I keep forgetting to ask for that stuff, but anything that you can do to help would be appreciated. I'm trying real hard to get to that 1,000, guys. It hasn't been easy because I keep getting subbies taken away from me. So I'm working on it. The new thing, a friend of mine from another live that I met named Jam TV, he told me about this guy named James Cox, and there's kind of like a movement, and that's what the hashtag I am a creator thing is. You guys should look into it because it's about a community of people who are trying to use that hashtag to find each other and actually really support each other and not doing the sub for sub nonsense, like actual real support where they're going to watch your videos and comment and be engaged with you and figure out who you are and all that stuff. And so you may look into that. I may do a little video about it, but it seems like a really cool group of people who are very supportive. So I know a lot of people, the reason I wanted to update this is because a lot of people were saying that they were going to wait to order from Hush and because of what I said, and I don't want to limit their business because they handled it with integrity. It just wasn't quick, but it's whatever. I got the replacement. And see, I had pictures. I would have sent pictures, but they didn't even ask for any. Well, you know, that's the sad thing is that we live in a world where people will do things like that. They'll just say, hey, it was broken, and it wasn't, just to try to get something free. And if something's broken, I'm even willing to send it back. I'm not going to be mad at it if I have to send it back. But, you know, when you don't have to go through the hassle of that, it's good that you don't have to. It's mostly if you hashtag that I am a creator on YouTube, it will take you to the people who are doing it. James does live streams, and you can get linked up with a lot of people there. He has a I am a creator playlist that if he finds that hashtag with your videos, he will add it to his playlist. So that's another way for people to find you. It's basically just a community that is helping people find each other. And there's a bunch of different genres, but of course there's beauty videos in there, and I've met some really cool people already. Hey Armani, how are you? And okay to MK. But if you want to chat about it, I'm willing to let you know. I don't know so much yet, but I think I will eventually make an I Am a Creator playlist myself, and add you guys to it. That way people can find you. So that's the update on the Hush thing. And I am excited because I've ordered a few other things, mostly things that I would not buy the full price item for, at least not right now. Hey Sabrina, how are you? I should have told you I was going to come live. I think maybe I told you I was going to a long time ago, but I'm not sure. But yeah, just an easy way to have a playlist of everybody where people can find you and just kind of have that on your channel. Yeah, and it helps everybody. I had been told a long time ago that if you have a playlist and it has other people in it, that you get the time for that. And apparently I was incorrect or got the wrong information, because if I have you in a playlist, whatever time is on your playlist, I mean, that's played on your video, you get. So anybody comes in and plays my playlist and it has all of you in it, you get the playtime or the watch time. Hey, Damaris. And so, yeah, it's, you know, it's just, those things are time consuming. And so I just need to get back and get some of that started. I have a lot of playlists on my channel, if you guys didn't know that. And I basically just make one for each palette that I'm in love with, and I just add other people's videos and my own, so that if you need inspiration for a particular palette, you can go in and see several videos with several looks all in one spot. Yeah. So I was gonna do the Morphe Me unbagging, but I'm gonna wait for that for last. I will do a video where I'm using them so you can see them in action. But you know, I just keep researching and keep trying to figure out ways to help myself and help my friends. And the playlist makes it easy to like run somebody and roll through somebody's playlist. I like to do that anyway. It's fun to go back and see, how people started and how much they've improved. I love that. Let me get some rocket fuel here. But anyways, I was going, the reason for this order, and this is so pretty. Look at the box. All things pretty. All the pretty things. Anyways, it's House of Lashes, and I've never ordered from House of Lashes before. I was at the doctor, and I was waiting to see my rheumatologist. I'll give you a mini update on that here in a second. And don't know why I was thinking about lash storage, but I have this little bitty case that has a place for 3 lashes. And actually Casey made me think about it, because one time she asked me for a lash style, and I think I told her the wrong one. And I showed you guys in a video or somewhere, I showed you the eyelash graveyard. Well, I don't want to do that anymore, because I want to take care of the lashes that I have. I want to be able to use them over and over, and I want to be able to tell people what they are in my videos. So I was looking on Instagram, and I just happened to see this House of Lashes ad, and I clicked in, and I was like, it said accessories. I'm like, I wonder if they have it. Basically what I was looking for is a storage that had more than 3 pairs. And I have seen several, but they have the lashes in them. I wanted an empty one, and the ones that were empty that had lots of spaces for the lashes were crazy expensive. So House of Lashes has saved the day. Oops, there goes the stickers. And this is called a Lash Story Pro Edition. And the packaging, you guys know how I am about pink. Hey, purple or blue. And so this is what I got. Oh, the packaging is so pretty. Anyway, it's called a Lash Story, and it looks like a little book. But inside it has an area for 22 pairs of lashes and lash glue. And that was the other thing, Casey. I had never used House of Lashes glue before, and I had been told by many that that was really good glue. But this was $16, you guys. I don't know if that sounds economical to you, but I paid like $8 for the little three pack. I don't know what to call it. The one that had a place for 3. This has a place for 22. And plus, I think Sarah just said it, I wanted to try Iconic Lashes, and that's because of Desi. And it comes with these stickers that you can decorate it with. The only thing I need to do is find a little bitty stickers so that whenever I put the lashes there, I can put the style there. Because I'm famous for getting rid of the box and then forgetting what they are. And they're not stored properly, so I can't find them. And I'm just not taking care of them. Which, Maggie, You have this thing? Or was you have the glue and it didn't work for you? I think it's so, everything is so subjective, you guys. It just depends on your skin and if you have oily skin or dry skin. My favorite lash glue is Kiss Strip Lash Adhesive. It's like $3 at Walmart, and it's better than Duo for me. But I love this thing, and I can't wait. Every time I wear a pair of lashes, I'm going to put them in here and label it. I just need to get some stickers. This is the only color. So, unfortunately, you can't... Obviously, it was my good color to begin with, or my favorite color. See, I wish that I could be that person that puts them back in the original box, but I've just, come to the conclusion and admitted to myself that I am not that person. I don't like empty boxes sitting around. Anyways, I'm not very good at organizing, so this is going to be helpful. And I'm probably not going to put these stickers all over it because I think it looks classy and nice just the way it is. Hey, Ranks, how are you? Yeah. You didn't, you couldn't get them to stick. Well, we'll see what happens because usually I get them to stick too well and I can't get them off of things. And so we'll see. I don't know. I'm happy about it and I'm hoping that it'll work for me. I think it's going to work for what I needed it for. And of course, I use the excuse that I needed to not pay for shipping. And so I got a pair of iconic lashes because, aren't those pretty? Good gravy. They're so pretty. The only thing is, I don't want to mess them up by cutting them, but I'm going to have to cut them. They're going to be too long for my eyes. And I don't want to mess up the outer corner, but I'm going to have to cut them. Yeah, I have a drawer of lashes too, but they're all new ones. So, okay, Dom Race. But these are super pretty, and I can't wait to use them. And then I got a little thing of the glue. So I'm going to try both and see how they go. You guys can ask me in a couple weeks if I have used my lash story. I'm full of good intentions. Full of them. But even if I have to put a tiny bit of glue on the edges to get them to stick, maybe I'll do that. So I want to tell you guys that tomorrow at 9:30 Central Time, I will be uploading. I didn't have a video today. That's part of the reason why I did the live today and not on Wednesday like I usually do. I have a collab with my friend Denise, and she's from Canada. Her name on her channel is AbFab, and she asked me after watching a video I did with the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette. She asked me, she said, man, I wish I would have known you had that. I would have asked you to do a collab. And I'm like, well, let's do one anyway. And so we did a collab. We're doing a daytime to nighttime look together, and I'll be uploading it tomorrow morning. So I don't ordinarily upload on Sunday. So I wanted to tell you guys that because I want you to watch it. 9:30 Central Time. My husband is doing better. The seizures are very, very reduced. He's kind of in a good streak right now, so we're thankful for that. My eyelash graveyard was actually on my Stephen Furtick Crash the Chatterbox book right here on the side of my desk, and now it just has one pair because I took them all and put them away. Yeah. I like that too, Sarah, the ones that are tapered on the inner corner. Anyways, it turned out really cool. I like the way I had to do the first look twice. You guys, me and my perfectionism waste so much time. But anyways, I think it turned out good, and I can't wait to see hers. My doctor visit, I went to see my rheumatologist on Wednesday last week, I think, or Thursday. I don't even know. Work has been an absolute nightmare, and so I've been discombobulated in every kind of way. Thank you so much. Anyways, I had, on a previous video, I told you guys that I had a really unpleasant experience with the doctor. and he brought her name into it. It was all about some miscommunication with some medications, and he kind of threw my body into a tailspin down of, just terrible pain because he cold turkeyed me off of a bunch of stuff, and it wasn't by choice. He just decided he was taking me off all this medicine and did that without a conversation with me. And I was totally mad about it. And 3 months later, I'm still mad about it. But he was talking about my rheumatologist. He said, you don't see her prescribing any of this medicine to you, blah, blah, blah. And so I was anxious to see her because, number one, she and I have been working on trying to get my weight under control, and all kinds of things we've been working on, me sleeping more and all these things. And so I was anxious to see her because I wanted to talk to her about him, and I wanted to talk to her about my weight loss, and I wanted to find out if my blood work was better or good, because my diet and the things that I'm doing are so counterintuitive. They don't seem like they would work, but they are. And I just wanted to make sure that this drastic change wasn't doing anything bad to me as far as cholesterol or my liver enzymes or all the things, my vitamins that they check on the regular. Hey, Ellie, how are you? You're good. I'm glad you're here. Hey, 802, thank you. And so, anyways, long story short, I told her about the thing with the doctor. She was appalled. She was so appalled that she wants me to write a letter and then report it and ask for a doctor switch. I have to see him again one time at least before that can be accomplished, because I have to renew the meds that he actually let me keep. She was mad because she and I had worked for so long to find a combination of medication that would make it where I could function and walk and stand up straight and basically be a productive citizen. And we had found a combination of those things, and he just threw a monkey wrench into the whole thing, all without having a phone or a face-to-face conversation with me. So really unprofessional, and he was borderline aggressive with me, and she was just appalled that he was treating me that way. And so when I told her that he brought her name into it, she didn't appreciate that. And she said, you know what, Sherry, I don't prescribe these medications. And the reason I don't prescribe these medications is because I'm here once every 3 months for 2 days. And I'm not here to help monitor and to make sure everything's going right. And if something goes wrong with it, I'm not here. That's the only reason I don't prescribe these things. And then he had told me there's no evidence that the medication that I'm on is helpful for people with fibromyalgia. And I told him, I'm the evidence. And he didn't like that. I do get a little spicy with people when I feel like I'm being disrespected. And so he also told me that the combination of meds that I was on would kill me, would basically numb out the part of my brain that tells my body to breathe, and I would just die. I'm like, okay, in my mind, I'm like, number one, why did you prescribe them to me together then? Number two, I remember him getting on his phone and checking for interactions of those two medications, and he told me there was none. Number three, it's 5 years into this, and I'm pretty sure if it was going to kill me, it would have done it by now. So that was my thing. And I said to him, if it was going to kill me, why did you prescribe them to me? And he got in my face and he went, why did you ask for them? And I was like, back up, first of all. And second of all, I didn't ask for them. You prescribed them to me. And then when it all came down to it, he continued to prescribe them to me. He lowered the dosage. Instead of me taking it twice a day, I take it once a day. I take it in the morning when I know I have to work all day, and then I just suffer through the evening and nighttime without it. And she told me, I'll prescribe them to you. If he gives you a hard time about it again, I'll prescribe them to you. She was thrilled with my weight loss. I had lost about 40 pounds since the time I had seen her before, or 35, somewhere in there. And so she was thrilled about that. I didn't get my blood work results while I was there. And so she sent me a letter, and it said, she listed all these things, lipids, cholesterol, all those things. She said, everything is excellent in capital letters. Everything is excellent. I didn't have really massive troubles that she was worried about other than the liver enzymes. And so she was so thrilled with everything. She's like, just keep on doing what you're doing, Sherry, because whatever it is working. Don't let anybody tell you that what you're doing is wrong. If you feel good and it's effective, keep on doing it. And so that made me feel good because she had been in my corner and on my side and helping me with that for so long that I was so happy to finally go in and show her that I had had some success. But I do have to see that guy on the 27th. So please say a prayer for me because I'm going to be anxious big time about having to be around him. And I cannot not say to him, I do not appreciate the way that you treated me the last time I was here. I'm considering switching doctors because you were borderline aggressive with me. You were very disrespectful to me, and that's something that I just can't deal with. And that makes me anxious just to think that I have to say that to him, but I can't leave it alone. Like, I can't just let it go. And I feel like I'm giving him another chance to be a decent human being and treat me like, an upstanding citizen who teaches second graders and who takes care of people and, not like I was some kind of drug addict that was trying to get some drugs or trying to get some medicine from him, which was completely the opposite. And that's why I didn't ask her to write the prescriptions because, number one, as I'm losing weight, I think I'm going to need less of the medicine anyway. So if I can, grit my teeth through this time and keep losing weight eventually, I think the dosage will be good enough. As time goes by, I feel like I'm adjusting to it okay. So if I'm adjusting to it and I can get by, then I don't want to take the medicine. I would put it all in the trash if I had a choice. But yes. And the thing that's so confusing about this guy is I had seen him for 5 years. He had always been so nice to me. We had a good relationship. He never seemed concerned. The only thing I can figure is they're giving him a hard time about prescribing certain things to people because they're controlled. My Lyrica is a controlled substance, and this other medicine that I take is a controlled substance. And only thing I can figure is that the suits are giving him a hard time and telling him he needs to reduce the amount that he's prescribing. Hey Heidi, how are you? You know what, Lola? I feel like I need to take someone with me. Yeah, and I actually had thought about asking my mom if she would go. Because let me just tell you, where I get my sass from is that lady. And so she won't let him just say any old thing to me. You want to see a 70-something-year-old woman get fired up? Say something mean to me in front of her. So, okay, thank you, Casey. But yeah, I think the fact that I spent the majority of my life being a doormat for people and letting people just treat me any old way and never say anything, I think it's like impossible for me to allow it. Now that I've turned the corner on that, it's impossible for me to allow someone to blatantly disrespect me and just not say anything. Yeah, and just for her to be there, to have a second pair of ears, because I am such an emotionally charged person, and sometimes once somebody has said something to me, like, my ears turn off because I'm stewing inside about what they said. At that point, I didn't want to ruffle his feathers even further because I was already a month and a half off of a couple medicines, some that it even says in the instructions that you need to wean off of. My body was already in such havoc. I didn't want to make him so mad that he wouldn't renew any of my prescriptions. So I was like damage control with him at that time. Yeah. So I love my rheumatologist. She's incredible. It's nice to know that I have someone who's willing to write the prescriptions for me should I need them. And I was very happy to be able to let her know that I had lost weight and that I was doing well as far as how I was feeling and all that. That was really cool. Oh, yes, I'm knocking stuff over. So, I'm excited about the collab. I think that's a really fun way to introduce our viewers to other people. So, if anybody is interested in collabing with me, shoot me a message on Instagram or Facebook or something. Because, I love to do that. It's fun. And I think a few of you, I think Sarah's doing a big collab, aren't you, Sarah, with Disney princesses or something? My problem is things have been so difficult at work that I've literally come home and stared at the wall. Like I couldn't even watch videos or, oh cool, that would be fun. You know, I had to take a step back for a minute because I was so stressed out from work that I just couldn't, I was just doing the bare minimum. And I'm behind on videos and all that. So if there's a couple days that I usually upload that you don't see anything from me, don't worry. I just am trying to get caught up and get everything. I'm trying to hang in there until spring break. I have one more week. I can't really go into what's going on at work because I just feel like it's not something that I should discuss online. But guys, it has been so crazy that I just can't even, like, I'm to the point where I'm numbed out from it all because it feels like I put out fires 15 times a day and that's all I do is deal with people who are mad at me or people who, it's crazy. But it made YouTube secondary to me just trying to maintain and make it through. That will be fun. But the reason I was saying that is because if I miss something and I've said to you, I think I'm interested, please let me know somehow because I miss out on things all the time and I just don't even know that they're going on and I would love to participate. She is so nice. I love her. Her personality is so contagious. Like, you guys know how we are. We get geeked out about makeup. We get excited. Like when I open this, I'm like, I look at it and it just makes me happy. I'm like, oh, and not everybody understands that sentiment. But I was watching her Sephora haul yesterday and she was like so jazzed about every single thing that she opened. I was like, she is a woman after my own heart. So if you guys haven't, make sure you check her out tomorrow whenever I upload the collab because she's just I really like her. She's just a really cool person. I appreciate that. And I honestly didn't intend for this to be like a therapy session. But man, you guys, I'll put it in a nutshell. Being a teacher in public education right now is not easy. It has changed so much just in the 15 years that I've done it. It's just not what I signed up for. Yeah, not what I signed up for. And if you guys don't know, I'm in Oklahoma, and I don't know if it's made national news, but our state, the teachers in our state, are threatening to go on strike. Our legislature for months and years have just kind of lollygagged around about, we have not had a raise in 11 years. Our math and reading curriculum has not been replaced in 9 years. There's a state law that says that math and reading curriculum must be updated with a new curriculum at least every 6 years, and yet they're not funding it. They're 300 teachers short across the state because everybody gets educated here and goes to Texas or Kansas or Colorado, somewhere nearby where they can make $10,000 to $15,000 more starting than you can make here. We're 50th on the list of teacher salaries. We are that far down. Thankfully, I am in a district with a superintendent that is absolutely on our side, in our corner, and does everything he can to supplement. We got a raise this year where most people didn't. We get stipends on occasion, and that makes it help so much. But there's not very many districts that do that. Our superintendent is absolutely all about us, and I couldn't be more thankful for that. But there's a whole state of teachers who don't have that, and it's scary. If I'm being honest, I don't want to strike. That's scary to me. Like, I'm thinking, if I'm not working, I'm not getting paid, how am I supposed to live? But they have put these demands. One of them is a $10,000 raise, $5,000 up front, and then the rest of it through the next 3 years. If you guys don't know this, a lot of what we need for our classroom comes out of our own pocket. Again, with our really awesome superintendent, we get reimbursed for some of that, but not nearly as much as we spend. We get reimbursed for probably a third of what we spend. And if a kid comes into our room without supplies, do we just let him not have supplies? No, we buy them for the kid. And sometimes you have 15 of them that come without supplies. And you just fill in the gaps because you want to take care of the kids. And so part of the demands are funding supplies, replacing our curriculums, all these things that are no-brainers that shouldn't even be an issue, and we have to go on strike to get an updated curriculum. You know, those kind of things are crazy. So if they do not come up with a plan and pass a bill by April 1st, more than likely there's going to be a statewide walkout. And so if you guys see it on TV, you might see me with my picket sign up at the Capitol saying, pay me, pay me, pay me. Help us. Gosh, not just us, but help our kids. My goodness. Yeah, and that's the thing. And the funny part is we used to get a $250 deduction on taxes. They took that away from us now. I'm like, that's not even a smidge of what we actually spend. And now you're taking that away? Ah. I'm reading what you guys said. Yeah, it's crazy. Hey, Jay, how are you? I'm on a rampage about being an underpaid teacher. But, you know, here's the thing. If we made a good salary, spending our money on their supplies wouldn't hurt so bad, right? If we made a decent salary, we would be more than happy to spend some of that extra on them. But whenever you're already strapped on what you're making and then you spend additional money out of it for them, it gets tight. And, you know, a professional that has a degree who, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense. And if you don't have good teachers, then, you know, everything kind of dwindles down from the bottom up. It's like, no, you don't have good teachers. Kids don't get educated well, and they don't become productive members of society, you know? So yeah, I might be on TV on strike. I can't even believe I'm saying that. My whole thing is my dad is brilliant, and he has been an educator, and he actually participated in a strike back in the 70s or the 60s before I was born. And I'm like, what do I do? And he's like, well, if you go along with what your district does. If your district decides to go, you go as well. If they don't, then you stick around. Just like, and so, you know, I don't really know how much I should be talking about this. I probably shouldn't, but I just want you guys to know that there's a lot going on. You know what? I don't remember ever like buying my own supplies when I was in school, Sabrina. The way that it has been done with, as long as I've been in the district that I'm in, is they had a list that was given at enrollment, and they bought, and you know, the teachers put the list and compile the list to make it where it's reasonable for people to afford. Even our media specialist, who's incredible, puts together packs of, she goes and searches out over the summer and finds the cheapest that she can buy and buys them, makes the packs for each grade and sells them for the least amount possible just so that she can get the money back, and probably not all of it, on what she spent. Hey Matthew, how are you? Oh my gosh, Deb. That's crazy. But you know what? I had a friend ask me about it last night. He's like, are you going to do... I'm like, I have to stand up. Even if it didn't affect me, I have to stand up, because we deserve better than this. You know, we perform 15 different things. We're a teacher, mom, dad, grandma, therapist, nurse, you know, physical therapist. We're all these things. And it's hard. It's hard work. So, yeah. Yes, please do pray for that, because, yeah. And like I said, if they come in with all the supplies, I buy the supplies. And at mid-year, I give out a second set of supplies for those who had them, and I buy them again for the second, the second thing. Yeah, I am in Oklahoma. So, I didn't even intend to talk about that stuff. I really kind of, before I get into the Morphe Me thing, I want to hear how you guys are doing, and I want to know something that you're excited about for your channels. Like, is there something I need to be looking for? Did you buy something makeup-wise that you're excited about? Talk to me. Hey, Jack. I see Jack Dawson. I immediately go to that part of Titanic where she's like, I'll never let go, Jack. And then she lets go. I love that movie. I'm such a sentimental romantic comedy, romantic drama person. Yeah. But you know what? 99% of the people, Lola, that I know that are teachers, like the kids that have challenges, you invest so much into them emotionally that you just fall in love with them. They are the most memorable students for you because you have to be so involved with them. Oh, wow. That's awesome, Jam TV. You guys, Becky, this is the guy that I was talking about last night that has all the parodies and the funny. I was telling her it reminded me of In Living Color skits and just make me laugh just because it's silly. It's hilarious. So you guys should check him out. He's super funny. Yay. You will love, one thing that I need to do when I start spending again is buy something other than Bad Habit, because all the Bad Habit palettes have been good. I don't know about any of the other ones, so I need to try out some of the other ones. And you guys did tell me that you wanted me to do a full face of Hush, but it's going to cost about $50 that I don't want to spend right now. The blender that I use for my bulletproof coffee, I kind of put it in the dishwasher, not knowing I wasn't supposed to, and yeah, it leaks now. So I have to buy a new blender, and I really like real bad want the Viseart Trist palette. I was talking to Ellie the other day about she wants a really pinky toned perfect palette, and I think that's, for me, it's a little bit warm, I think, for what she's wanting, but I really want that, and I'm afraid it'll be gone if I don't get it. So I'm trying to just not spend things that I have budgeted on, and just like on groceries and stuff, and just kind of nip and tuck and just buy what's absolutely necessary and save enough money each week to be able to grab some of those things. Aw, that's awesome. You know what? It kind of is super pink, and I love it. I love that palette. It's like the Huda Mauve Obsessions. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. And thank you for supporting each other. I don't know, you guys, they say that using the word that we don't say is like flagging people, and that's why they're taking subs away. But I think another part of it is that people subscribe to someone and then they don't comment, they don't watch the videos in their entirety, they don't really support. And so, YouTube takes them away. I miss what Matthew said. I'm going to have to scroll up. I'm sure something... See, there you go again. I think amber and browns and beiges and champagnes would look beautiful on your dark skin, Matthew. If you would ever come to Oklahoma, I could totally hook you up. But anyways, I am excited for you, Sabrina, to try them. I think you'd like them. And Ellie, yes, I think that after hours one would be good for you. I ordered the other 3 of those after hours. I ordered the other 3 because they were finally back in stock and I didn't want to miss them. And I want to do either a series with 4 videos using each one of those, or maybe one video with 4 looks using each one of those. Yeah, we would dress you. We would get you all dolled up, honey. Don't you know? Yeah, my ex-husband was here a few days back. There's some stuff going on with my daughter that I won't go into, but another stressor. I'm not going to go into it. But my ex-husband was here and I showed him my beauty area and he was just like, good Lord, Sherry. And I'm like, this is my happy place. I was like, and he's like, well, I have to admit, you know, you look beautiful. And I was like, yeah, I didn't realize how homely I was prior to being able to do makeup. But I really, anyways, he got to see all that. And we reminisced back to the time that I dressed him up as a woman. And he actually had a voice that was high enough that he could pretend like he was a woman talking. He used to call me on the phone and go, yes, ma'am. I just needed to let you know that your credit card is bounced and somebody's used it to charge up like $50,000. Like I would be on a straight up freak out and then he would start laughing. He did that to me like once a week. But anyways, we dressed him up as a woman for Halloween. And we went into AutoZone where some of his friends worked and they did not know it was him. It was the funniest thing. Well, anyways, I look at pictures of myself now. Like if you have me on Facebook, you should look at the picture today of me and my grandson. Yeah. No eyebrows because I had to find them. And yeah, I just didn't really know what I was doing. And the Viseart palette is called Tryst, T-R-Y-S-T. It is a 9-pan palette and it's $49. You guys, have you guys tried Viseart? I was like, it's hyped up, it's too much. But then Emily Noel, and you guys already know, I trust her judgment, and I got the little amethyst palette, and I have a video about that if you want to go watch it. It's way back, probably 6 months back. It was beautiful. And it's the quality, you just won't even believe it. They're beautiful. But you should absolutely go look at that. And go look at Cassie S. Most of you guys know her. Cassie S. did a swatch video. She swatched on 3 skin tones. And it looks way more pink than it does in the pan. And you guys know, once I saw how pink it was, I'm like, I'm sold. I want it. And I think whenever I do my birthday splurge, I think I'm going to get the big one that's like the neutral one. Anyways, I'm making a list. I'm going to have to really think about what I'm buying because some of the things I want are really expensive. But go look at her video of, you know what, I bet you I can find it for you real quick and link it. That's what I'm going to do. And then I'll do the Viseart, then I'll do the Morphe Me. Because I want you guys to see her video, number one, because I want you to check her out. And the other thing, I want you to see the swatches because it is so much more beautiful than it even looks. It doesn't even look as beautiful as it really is. Okay, I'm getting you the link so you guys can go check it out after my live stream. Don't leave me. Right now I look amazing. Oh, I actually sent Sabrina my before and after from October to now so that she could really see the weight loss. And yeah, I don't share that with everybody because I don't really want you to see. I'm wearing clothes that show every nook and cranny and I don't really want everyone to see that. Nobody should have to see that. So I only share it with certain people. But I'm excited because I think about summer and I think about this time next year and I'll probably be down more like, probably 30, 40 more pounds. And, the whole thing was about health and physical freedom and I'm regaining some of that. So it makes me so happy. And I'm putting on my glasses because it's time for me to be able to see. But yeah, thank you so much. I'm so happy. Becky and I I'm thankful that Becky's doing it with me, number one. And I really am so happy that we're both having success. Okay. Trying to get set here. I'm going to do the Morphe Me unboxing. And like I said, I'll use these in a video soon. And for those of you that watched my last Morphe Me, I was talking about them having a trade system where if you see brushes that you don't want, you can trade them in on some that you want. It's on a point system. For instance, if this guy was worth 10 points and I wanted 2 5-point brushes, I could exchange. That kind of thing. But every month on the 23rd, I told you I'd find out about it, and I've talked about it in a video, but in case you didn't see that, on the 23rd of each month, they publish on their website which brushes are going to be in that month's bag. So at that point, you can decide if you want to trade some out, and you have to do it before yours is shipped, or it's too late. So I would imagine if you get one that you don't want on the 23rd, you need to go ahead and go into the trade system there and figure out what you want. It'll be a miracle if I ever remember to do that. These two brushes I probably would have, this one not, but this one I probably would have traded in because I'm more interested in eye brushes than, excuse me, than I am face brushes because I have so many. Yes, I do that too. Oh, and by the way, if you want the Tryst palette, I know it's at Beautylish. I heard that at Beautylish you can make payments on things. I've never done that. I know, right, Jay? I get real studious like all of a sudden. Right on, Heidi. You'll have to tell me what you think. All right. The theme for this month is Feeling Lucky. Feeling Lucky. And if you guys want, there's a coupon code for 10% right there. If you want to order some in particular. And I'll go through each one and tell you what it's called, tell you the little description on it and what they say it's for, and we'll go from there. Yeah, it really does make a difference, Sabrina, to do something like that with somebody because you keep each other encouraged and motivated. Like when 2 weeks go by and I don't lose anything, I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I doing wrong? And Becky's like, Sherry, trust the process. That's what we say to each other. Trust the process. You know, the scale is very, oops, I think I was moving the camera. The scale is a very inaccurate view of what's actually happening in your body, especially with women because hormonally and all that, you know, water retention, all those things can change your weight. And you maybe did lose weight, but you held on to a bunch of water. I'm going to start with the Pro Angle Blush Brush, which is the R4. And I probably don't have scissors here, so you may hear me struggle. I don't do well with plastic packaging. Oh, and I did want to tell you, this is completely back to what I was talking about a long time ago. The Hush palette did not break because they didn't package it well. They packaged this one palette. Let me show you. It was in this little bubble wrap envelope. Then it was wrapped in this. And then there's also a piece on the bottom. So they must, I don't think that they didn't package it well. You know, I think UPS men and USPS men, you know, toss things around pretty rough sometimes. I've seen UPS men throw stuff to the front door. Mine doesn't do that, but I've seen people do that. And sometimes it's not even their fault that things are broken. But okay, here I go. The hillbilly way of getting into it. Use my teeth. Oh, hey, Kimberly. I love glasses on men too. So I just hate having something on my face because, you know, I'm so vain about my makeup. I don't want to block you from being able to see the beautifulness. All right. I'm happy for this one because this is the shape of brush that I like to use for blush. For sure, Becky. Thank you. I am not in love with my hair recently, so I've been trying hot rollers and different things. I do think I have had to do some supplementation of vitamins. I think my hair is kind of suffering from my drastic diet change. But this is the Pro Angle Blush. It says to get those shamrocks shaken, sweep some blush and highlight on your cheeks with this Pro Angle Blush. These luxurious bristles will have you looking like a pot of gold. Girl, you're going to be looking like a pot of gold. So, I love these. and it's super soft, and I'm excited to have another one because now I can wait 3 months and not have to wash or brush. Very cool. I'm happy for this one. And Kimberly has been doing the little challenge with us in my beauty group, which is the Beauty Within. I'll link it down below whenever this goes, you know, when this is published. And we're going to do another one soon. I met a girl named Pamela Whiting, and she had on her channel, she had several videos of 1 week, one palette. And I think that would be fun. And so our current beauty challenge gets over on the 19th, the 12th of March. And so on the 19th, I'm going to give everybody a few days off. But then on the 19th, I'm going to announce the next challenge. And I think we'll do a month of 1 week, one palette. And just choose 4 and do an entire week using that palette and just see how many different looks and angles you can come up with. I think that would be fun. And that kind of ties in with my Shop My Stash stuff, where if there's something that I need to decide if I'm going to keep it, if it's on the chopping block, then using it for a week is going to be a great indication of whether I need to keep it or let it go. Ashlyn, come on, girl. We're going. Girly is good. Cool. So you can, if you want to do it as part of the challenge, Kimberly, that would be awesome. Next, we have the Precision Pointed Contour. And this actually, I thought this would fluff out a lot once I took the wrapping off, but it's pretty narrow. It's the Precision Pointed Contour. With this versatile Precision Pointed Contour brush, you can contour your cheeks, apply any cream product, and set your face to make everyone green with envy, girl. Anyways, the only way I can think that I would actually use this, and I use my Beauty Blender for everything, anyways, is to set under eye. I think this would be a good thing for setting, and I guess you could use it for contour. I don't know. I'm kind of set in my ways, but I'll use it to set my under eye when I use these in a video. I know there's a girl on YouTube or a lady on YouTube named Kristen Game, and I know she does like 4 looks, one palette. So this is kind of a variation of that. You know, people might get sick of the challenges, but for me, I like it because it gives me something to kind of, it just gives me inspiration to do something different. And this plastic on these things this time, good gravy and sakes alive. This is an interesting one. Let's see. This is the R33. It's called a round blender. And it's pretty dense. It says the round blender fits in small spaces like a leprechaun. Use this dense brush to precisely place product around the nose and under your eyes for a flawless finish. I could see maybe blending out concealer with it right here. I don't know about using it for shadow for the crease. I don't know. These are things I just have to experiment with and find a way to use them. I may be able to use this to put on my Painterly paint pot, like to apply my eyeshadow base. Yeah. And that's what I was telling somebody the other day. I love when people tag me, but I usually don't do the tag right away. I just kind of keep it in my pocket because tag videos are a great way to have kind of a reserve of something to do if you run out of ideas or something really quick to film. And so when someone tags me, I usually kind of write it on my list and just hang out until I need it. Tara, hi. I'm glad you came. I ended up being here later than I expected, but I'm doing a Morphe Me unboxing here. Thank you. I am so glad. I'm glad it was helpful. I'm all about challenges, but in the past, and what's so exciting is that on my group, people are actually doing it. Because on a lot of beauty groups that I've been involved in, they do challenges and people do it for like one day and then they stop. But of course, the ones that I had before were daily challenges, and that gets very overwhelming for people who work and have families or kids, it's overwhelming. And so I can do one look for a week. With this one, one palette 1 week, there's no guarantee. I mean, you don't have to do it for 7 days. I don't put makeup on every day. And so if you do 2 or 3, whatever you do, I don't really do, really stringent rules where you're not participating if you don't do it this way. I'm always like, do what works for you. That's right, Heidi. I forgot. How are you doing? Did you get over it? It has been rampant through my school. Like, my kids were just giving it back and forth to each other. Also, strep. Some had the flu and strep. Oh, I have to ask you guys if you know about this. Yay. I'm glad you guys are going to do it. I'm excited. Oh, good. I was going to ask you guys, did you know that tonsils can grow back? If you have your tonsils removed, did you know that they can grow back? Matthew, I'm worried about you. Yeah. You know what? Luckily, Ellie, I read second graders writing all day, so I can usually decipher almost anything. Becky, stop it. Sorry, I had to insert a little private joke. Stop it. So that was the that was the round blender. Oh Lord, Becky and I have had so many adventures. I have to tell you guys, where part of this came. I was almost about to back into somebody. And this little guy, hey Diana, and hello Nikki, thank you for coming. I was about to back into somebody. At our Walmart, if you're backing up and somebody else is backing up at the same time, you can seriously barely see them until it's too late. And this guy was hitting the side of my truck or my van, and he was going, stop it, stop it. And it's like, there's no way that I didn't even feel or hear him. But Becky was like, stop it. I know, I can't text. I was communicating with Denise this morning about our collab, and I'm like, I promise you, I really can spell. I just can't text for my life. I finally said, can we do this on Facebook Messenger? Because I can't. And you guys, now listen. Thank you, Nikki. Listen, I'm not a hard-hearted, cruel person, and I don't sit around making fun of people all the time, okay? But at our Walmart, around the first of the month, you will see some very interesting characters. And I was trying to be the Christian woman that I was, and that I am, and not make fun of this person. But this was a little Asian man, as cute as he could be, like 5 foot. Anyways, he was apparently bald. And, a lot of people will start like right here and do a comb over, or even start like at the crown of their head and do a comb over. And they're trying to give the illusion that they're not bald. And anyways, this dude's comb over, was I saying crossover? Don't mind me. Comb over. His line for the comb over started at the bottom edge of his ears and came all the way forward. And I was looking at it and I was trying to maintain, the instant eruption of laughter was trying to come out, and I was trying to maintain. And I looked over at Becky, she went, oh sister, and psh, it was over with. Laughing. I could not breathe. And I was feeling bad and laughing hardcore all at the same time. It was so funny. And I saw him again another time after that. I was just like, don't do it. And you haven't even been with us in person, Matthew. You don't even know to the full extent that statement is true. Awesome. All right, one more brush, folks. This is the R42. And if you guys don't do Morphe or don't have any Morphe brushes, my recommendation for a set is the rose gold. is the R series, because they are all so good. And plus they have a rose gold ferrule. So pretty. So this is a oval shadow and concealer brush. And I'm so excited about this because you guys have probably seen me use a BRC N51 or 41. It's a flat shader, but it's tapered. I use it all the time, especially when I'm doing a halo eye to get in my inner corner and to pat color on my outer corner. So I'm excited for this one to have an extra of this shape. But I love, it's like a shader, but I love that it's pointed. And so this is, I'm happy about this one. It says, the oval shadow and concealer brush will be your good luck charm. This oval tipped brush can pat down color like no other, girl. I love Morphe brushes. You know, and that's another thing. God, you guys just get used to me ranting every time I'm on here. You know what? I think that influencers on YouTube can make or break a product. And so think about the Anastasia Subculture palette. And I know some people hate it. Okay, I get that. I am not one of them. I love it. I know how to use it. I know how to make adjustments to make it work. But I think sometimes people, like one person hates it and everybody jumps on the bandwagon to say how terrible it is. And they ruin something, and it makes me feel so bad for the person who created it, because I can't even imagine the amount of work and time and heart, blood, sweat, and tears go into something like making an eyeshadow palette, and then you've got an entire community dogging it out. It makes me feel so sad for her. Well, I think people did that with Morphe, and I think everybody pushing their Morphe discount codes, I think that was part of it. I think people just got so turned off by it. But there were so many Instagram posts and YouTube videos where they were showing brushes that were like falling all apart and everything was coming out, and like literally the whole brush was just falling out. Truth be told, I could take this brush and grab it and wet it and loosen it, and I could make it fall apart if I wanted to. The only thing that I've ever had with a Morphe brush, I have maybe one or two stray hairs, but that happens with anything that you wash. You're going to have some shedding. It just happens. They're not all going to stay. But the only thing that I've ever had happen with the Morphe brush as far as falling apart is I had one loosen, the ferrule loosened from the handle. All I had to do was push it down hard, pinch it real hard where it was secure, and then it was secure again. It stayed secure. It's still secure. That's the only thing that I've had. And I reach for my Coastal Scents, my BH Cosmetics, my Morphe, my more economical brushes. I have a Sigma set. I have lots of Luxie brushes. I have some more expensive brushes. I have the Makeup Geek brushes. And these are the ones that I reach for over those all the time. The Sigma ones. Everybody thinks Sigma is like the holy grail of all holy grails. And yeah, they are some nice brushes, but I still reach for the Morphe over them every time. And so I think they got a bad rap is what I'm saying. And then I think it was Heidi that I was talking to about the Morphe Me subscription, because apparently there have been some unauthorized charges, and either that or people had fraudulent situations after joining Morphe Me, and she asked me had that ever happened to me, and I have had 2 fraud situations in the last 6 months. I had to change my card on everything, totally inconvenient everything, and I thought, oh my gosh, I've subscribed to this for probably 2 years now. I didn't even think if that had anything to do with it. I don't know, but I think what she said she was going to do is get a prepaid card that, you know, she can reload and use that, so they don't have access to your debit. So I said I was going to research that. I haven't researched it. I need to, because I haven't had time to even deal with it. Where did you send it to me, Heidi? I didn't see it wherever you sent it to me. Awesome. I'm glad you're going to get to try the brushes. This time I'm going to try really hard. I need to set an alarm on my phone to remind me to look at them. I really just want to try the trade-in thing just to see how quickly they get the brushes back to you and how easy that process is, just so I can pass it along to you guys too. Okay. Is it about that, Heidi? About the credit stuff? Yeah, Tara's great. Cutest person on earth. Okay. Thank you. You're saving me some time. And thank you for supporting each other, you guys. And check out that I Am a Creator thing, too. For those of you that weren't here, I learned from Jam TV, if he's still here, thank you again, about a guy named James Cox in this community where people are trying to, like, authentically support each other. And I'm drinking lemon water with liquid electrolytes in them. Well, look at that. I've been looking for this in my beauty room for like 3 days thinking, all right, try that one more time. Thinking it was kind of falling down and in between something, and it was in here, and I don't even know when or why I brought it in here. But if you guys don't know about this, it's by Farouk. It's called BioSilk Silk Therapy. And it's awesome when your hair's all dried out, or if your hair's kind of frizzy and you want to seal the ends. It's a really good product. And this thing I've had for like 2 years. It lasts forever. Oh, okay. Sabrina said that she thinks that people are saying that after they unsubscribe, they get the... So do you think maybe like you unsubscribe and they keep on charging you for it anyway? Is that what you mean? I know. I'm so excited, Diana. Usually our times don't match up because usually, except on the weekend, I always do my lives in the evening time. And so that's probably when you're sleeping. For sure. And for sure, to what Ellie said, you know, we all only have so many hours in the day. And I was telling Becky, I'm not really a person who is opposed to giving my time and helping other people. But in this kind of community where there are so many, sometimes what reminds me to support somebody is the fact that they're supporting me. So if I'm reading through my comments and I see Tara's name 14 times, when I think, oh, I've got a little bit of time, I need to go check out some videos, I'm going to think of the person that I've seen their name 14 times. If you watch and never comment and a person doesn't know that you've watched their video, they're not going to remember your name, you know? Welcome back, Maggie. So, you know, it's not, for me, I'm not trying to be a jerk and say, well, if you don't support me, I'm not going to support you. I'm not acting that way, but there's only so many hours in the day. So my first priority is to support the people that are supporting me because I'm going to see their name. But like Diana, here's another thing, you guys. I have been unsubscribed from so many people, and it always seems to be the ones that I watch all the time. It's the ones that I always watch. And like when when Amy Lynn was gone for a little while, I just assumed I was unsubscribed and went and looked and I was unsubscribed from Diana. People that I watch all the time. Either I'm fully unsubscribed or the notifications that I had clicked aren't clicked anymore, so I'm not getting their notifications. And it's when I think, I haven't heard from Diana in forever, or I haven't heard from Maggie in forever, and I go and look and I'm unsubscribed. So that's what I was saying. I upload Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday almost always. That's why I was telling you that I'm uploading tomorrow as for the collab, because I want you guys to know it's not the normal day. Ordinarily, I would do the live stream on Wednesday. I'm doing it on Saturday this week, so everything's a little off kilter, but if you don't hear from me in a week, then come find me. Come see if you're unsubscribed, because they are doing that all the time. I have had to resubscribe to people probably 25 times in the last month, and sometimes it's the same person 2 or 3 times. I haven't unsubscribed from anyone. Even people that I don't watch regularly, I haven't unsubscribed from them. So I don't know. Let me read. Well, here's the thing with comments and me. I may comment at 1:20 and then I don't comment. I'll comment again at 3:45 because maybe I put you on pause and I didn't get to finish watching the video until then. And yeah, it's like, YouTube's looking for engagement. And so if you watch somebody's video, just say, hey, I watched, or put a pair of eyes on there or something, show that you're there, because the engagement part is important. They need to know that someone's watching and sticking around and watching the whole video. Those things are important now. Yep, I would never unsubscribe to any of you. So if you check it and I'm not subscribed to you and I haven't figured it out yet, tell me. I would totally like that. I understand. I don't expect somebody. I'm verbose. I talk a lot. I type fast. I leave very long messages and comments. But I don't expect that in return. I just want to know you've been there. And for the longest, I couldn't figure out how to comment on the YouTube app on my phone. I didn't realize that you had to roll through all the suggested videos to get down to the comment part. I always thumbs up too. But the thing is, if you want someone to support you back and you haven't commented and they don't know that you've been there and your name isn't repeatedly being seen by that person, that you may not be first on their list to go support and go watch if they never know that you've seen their videos. Is that making sense? Yeah, and I do that too, especially if I'm rolling through somebody's entire playlist. I'm not going to write some heartfelt comment on 400 videos. I may just put a winky face or something just to let you know that I've been there and it counts as a comment. See, by now, Ellie, after watching us all go through this and figure out our way around all this, you're going to be an expert by the time you start your video. Yeah. So, anyways, that's just my opinion on everything, but it's like if you're going to take the time to do it because you're supporting someone, do it in every way you can. Another thing that I have started to do is share on Twitter. I don't even know that anybody I'm connected to on Twitter pays any attention to what I post on there. But every time I support someone, I tell them, I'm supporting you and watching you today. I gave you a like, I've subscribed to you, and I've given you a Twitter share. Sharing videos is also engagement, and it's also smiled upon by YouTube. So that's another thing that you can do. Share it. If you see it on Facebook, share it. If you see it, share it on Twitter, whatever. They keep count of how many times your video is shared, and it matters. Yeah, you know what? I'm just happy when anybody takes the time to comment, because I know how restricted our time is. We don't have much available, but I think Ellie would have an incredible channel, so we need to encourage her. Only when you're ready, but we need to encourage her to do that, because I think it would be a really cool channel. But yeah, and if you guys notice, if you comment on my video, I always write you back. Always. And until it becomes unmanageable, I'm going to continue to do that, because I want you guys to know that I really do appreciate that you've taken the time. I think especially me, because I have a full-time job and I kind of have a part-time job, and taking care of my husband and my health and all the things that go along with that. I think that I appreciate and value people's time so much. So when you take the time to watch, I truly appreciate it. And the least I can do is answer back to you and say, hey, thank you so much for watching. And you know what, Maggie? I really want you guys to hear this. It becomes necessary to take a step back sometimes. I was so overwhelmed this week that I really, there was a time there that I said to myself, do I even want to do this anymore? And I'm so stringent and I'm so rigid in my expectations of myself. So if I say I'm going to consistently upload on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, I'm going to kill myself to do it. And my challenge is I need to give myself the grace to not do it whenever things are hairy at work, things are, difficult. My husband's not doing well. I'm not doing well. I have to give myself permission to take a break when I need to. That's where I am with it. And the people that love me and truly support me are going to understand that I need that. And most of us are all creators. And so you understand what it's like to say, well, I am supposed to have a video up tomorrow and I'm not going to. And I don't want that to happen, but I need a minute. I need to catch my breath. You have to, or you end up, kind of melting down. And I am such an unpleasant melter downer. Like, I don't melt down very often, so when I do it fully. I get after it. Yeah, for sure. And so just food for thought on that one. Like I filmed one of my, one of the looks for the challenge, and all I did, I just put it on fast forward, and it's just me, and I'm not talking, and I'm not tutorializing. It's just me sitting there getting ready. And you guys are going to get that one of these days. I'm just going to put it up, and it's just me sitting there putting my makeup on. It's like 5:30 in the morning, and I'm mean mugging deluxe because I'm so not awake. And I have that little crazy not quality video in my hip pocket for the day that I need to take a day off. Yeah. Yep. You for sure need to do it. And I don't know. It's me. It's not anybody putting pressure on me. It's me putting pressure on myself, which that's always the case. It's always my own expectations. And, this thing and I was talking to Sabrina about it the other day. I was like, I'm driving myself crazy with the supporting thing. I'm driving myself nuts trying to get to 1,000. And I'm actually feeling crazy because I'm overwhelmed, and with fibromyalgia, there's a sensory overload thing that happens, and that's like visual, auditorial, verbal, things feel like they're closing in on me sometimes. And by watching and visually and listening to something so often and never having any silence and never having any time to diffuse, I will get fully overwhelmed. And I told her the other day, I was like, I think I just need to stop. And she's like, bye, Maggie. Thank you so much for being here. I'll be looking for it. Love you. She was saying, stop and go back to what made YouTube fun for you. And that was really good advice. Like, start doing just what you loved about YouTube. Go back to what made you love it. And I did. I stepped back for a couple of days. I'm just like, I just need to regroup, take a deep breath, take a step back, and it helps so much. Hey, Nintendo, how are you? So when the people were first here, I had an idea, and I kind of ran it past Becky last night. You guys can tell me if you think it would be fun. I kind of thought, and I said this before, so if you're hearing a repeat of this, I'm sorry. But I kind of need to do a little experiment in my bedroom where my beauty area is, because I think the Wi-Fi and the fact that my router can make it in there, I think it's iffy as to if Wi-Fi would be, it kind of goes off and on. So if I'm on FaceTime with my mom, it'll say Wi-Fi is off, Wi-Fi is on. It'll go back and forth. And I wonder if it will cost me a massive amount of data for it to go back and forth like that, for me to do a live from my beauty area. So in the next week or so, probably I'll just impromptu jump on live from my room and see if I might even do it tonight. It would be helpful for me to know so that I can plan what I'm going to do for the week. If I'm going to do one on Wednesday, I may just put experimenting with my Wi-Fi or something, so you guys will know that I'm not actually doing a real live. I'm just experimenting. I just want to see if when the Wi-Fi goes off, if it just kicks me off a live, And I want to look at my data usage prior to it and maybe stay on for like 10 minutes and look at my usage after and see if it racked up a ton of data usage, you know, just to check it out. Right on. Is that subscribers or watch time, Nintendo? Did you make it past 1K? Thank you, Diana. Yeah, guys, don't forget to thumbs up my video today. And whenever I'm done, comment on it whenever it's posted. Even if you just put a little poop emoji, I don't care. Just show me that you were there. But well, good for you. Way to go. I cannot wait I feel like once I get past that 1K, I will relax. Like, I don't think I can relax until then. Hey, Summer. Thank you for coming. It's usually me and your live streams. But anyway, so I'm going to do that experiment. I might do it today. Check it out. See if I can handle it. Because I would love to actually do some live get ready with me. But the idea that I want you guys to tell me if you think it would be fun is like for me to have my face makeup and eyebrows and everything on. And then have like 5 palettes and 5 lippies and 5 cheek products. And let you guys decide what I put on my face. Do you think that would be fun? Or do you think that would be boring? But the reason I thought about doing it today, but gosh, hauling all that stuff in here and then having to go put it away and not being in my area where if I need something, I would have to get up 14 times to go get it. It's just not, it just isn't going to work for me to do it in here. Yeah, but see, I'm all about the challenge. Like, I think it would be fun. You guys maybe would choose one that I didn't like so much and I would have to make it work. And maybe a lot of times makeup discoveries are good ones when you're not even trying to do anything, and it would be fun, I think. Yeah, that's a good question. You guys, if you were monetized prior to the change and then you were unmonetized, is there anybody in here who got to the threshold after and has been monetized again or isn't yet? Because everybody that I know that was demonetized and has met the thresholds hasn't been re-monetized yet. Don't you love it, Summer, whenever chat tells you to shut up? I always come back and say, chat put a muzzle on me. You know what I just realized? You have to give people wrenches every single time you have a live. I thought they stayed intact if that person came in. We haven't had any trolls yet, but maybe I should give a couple people a wrench. Yeah, I type one message after the other really fast, so it tells me to shut up all the time. Well, I'm going to give you one, Summer, because I know you won't let them fools stick around for long. Wow. Do you want a wrench, Tara? I think if I have a couple people, just in case somebody comes in acting crazy. Do you guys see how flippin' red my hair is? Becky and I tried a new hair color called Redken Chromatics, and it was beautiful, but it cost us about $45, I think, for the two of us, just for the stuff, not at wholesale prices, not at retail. And so this time we couldn't afford it. So we used one, like some extra that we had from something else. Boy, it is red. Okay, I'll give you a tool. And I think that's good. If we have some crazy people come in, I'll give some more people. But do you see how red my hair is? My goodness. And of course it's more red right here because this hair is actually white. Huh?
Since you have red hair, when you have a meltdown, does that make you a ginger snap?
Did you guys hear that? I'm waiting to see if you guys heard that. My husband thinks he's funny. Yeah, it's okay. It's not my favorite. I like it to be more brown with kind of red and violet together. And this is super red. Super red. He said, if I have a meltdown and my hair being this red, does that make me a ginger snap? Really? He likes to make offhanded jokes like over to the side of a conversation. But that's all right. And yeah, maybe I did do it. Maybe I would be a ginger snap. I don't know. I'm hoping that I don't have one of those. I'm hoping that I'm doing something to protect my feelings enough to where I can diffuse the situation before I get to that point. And see, I love red hair. And I actually like the way it makes my skin color look. I think it brings out some of my olive tone. So I like it. When my hair is like the natural mousy brown color that it is, it really doesn't, it makes me look washed out. And that's the reason why I won't stop coloring the gray, because when my hair is super gray, my face looks like it has no color, and I don't like that. I know, I spray paint my roots with that hair color stuff that's L'Oreal hair color stuff. I spray paint them. When I finally get tired of it, I tell Becky I'm tired of spray painting my hair. Can we do hair? Hey, J. Kurt Vivo, how are ya? I bet you that would look beautiful on you, Tara. Yeah, Diana, I'm used to it having a little, it's less warm, more cool with violet, and I like that better. But it's, I mean, it's good. It's fine. As long as it's not white, I'm good. I have like a reverse skunk thing going. It's like dark hair here, 2 white stripes right here. It's not cute. You want me to give you a wrench, Diana? Is that what you mean? And see, I would rather, we use the same hair color, and my hair turns an entirely different color than Becky's. I mean, she would rather have this, and I would rather have what she has. Hey, what's up, Inspiration Chronicles? Thank you for coming. Yeah, her hair always pulls dark, and mine always pulls warm. Always. All right, you got it. I'm gonna get one more troll annihilator. I know. That's the thing, Sabrina. It's like, number one, it's expensive. There is no way I would pay for it to be done in a salon because too expensive. Hey, Sarah, how are you? Thank you for stopping in. Keep me rolling if you can. So, somebody tell me about a YouTuber or a channel that a lot of people don't know about that we should check out that needs more love. That's the thing. Another thing, I am absolutely going to start doing small YouTuber shout outs. Maybe, I'm not going to do it once a week because that's overkill, but I think twice a month, like every other week, that'll give me time to write down some people that I'm really enjoying. Because somebody included me in one. I sent it to Becky and Dawn Marie. So I was like, look, somebody put me in a shout out video. Her name was Mosley Doll. I met her through, oh my gosh, I'm forgetting who I met her through, but she's in the UK and she's so cute. But anyways, I need to get her name for you guys. She's super cute, and Really Rose, she's a worship leader. Oh, cool. I need to grab I have a YouTube notebook, an idea notebook, so I'm going to write these down. New Obsession is the name. Charm Wedge. Oh my gosh, you guys are going to go too fast. New Obsession, I got. Charm Wench. I know, and that's why I thought maybe doing it every other week, it would give me time. Because, you know, I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. But I want to acknowledge some people. Okay, I'm having to, okay, Really Rose. And I need to get Mosley Doll's name. It's got a number after it. Oh, cool. And I really like, yeah, Bridget Kane. I'm subscribed to her. She is so pretty and sweet. Yep. Very cool. Inspiration Chronicles. What's your name? So I can call you by name. Yeah, she's adorable. Are you talking about Bridget's, Tara? Because I did see it, and it was so cute. And she's a teacher, too. Samir, am I saying it right? Nice to meet you. And I need to check out some of your videos, too. I'll write you on my list here. I kind of thought I would get some I Am a Creator people in here. And I guess Tara's an I Am a Creator person. I love that. Here's the thing. You want to know something that would be funny? I don't think I could get him to do it. But you know, my husband's legally blind. So could you imagine him trying to put makeup on my face? I'm afraid like he would pop my eyeball out. But I don't know if I could get him to do it. What would be fun is to get my mom to do it. Because that would be interesting. And I really want to do a 5-minute challenge and a no makeup challenge. And those are totally overdone, but I want to do it because I want to see if I can do it. Not because I want to jump on the bandwagon and do it like everybody else did. I just want to see if I can. And the other day, I was just pretending to myself to just like not look at the mirror and see what I could. I think I could do it, except my eyebrows. Do you see how sculpted these mugs are? Do you think that I can't even imagine what kind of funny it's going to be. So that's on my list. Spring break is not next week, but the week after. And I am going to film a lot. I need to have 4 or 5 videos that are not time sensitive in my pocket. So that when I need to take some time, I will. But anyways, especially the no mirror thing. But my mom doing it, just, Becky, can you imagine? Don't do what? I can't imagine the funny things that my mom would say, though. Because she's funny anyway. I know. But I just want to try. I won't be satisfied with it. But yeah, my eyebrows take a long time because they are a creation. I have to make the whole thing. I know. And I'm sitting here like feeling it going, could I even know where? I might be more talented than I think, though. And I'm writing Samir down, and it was Inspiration Chronicles. And I was going to go get you Mosley Dolls. She's so cute, and her family is so cute. Let me go find her. That's the other thing. That's another way that I find out that I'm not subscribed to people is I go to put a search in my subscriptions and they're not in there. That's another way that I figure out that I don't have somebody. And I don't like that. I don't like that they unsubscribe me from people and I don't even know it. Okay, I'm having trouble finding her. I hope they didn't unsubscribe me from her. And I'm not looking at the chat right now, so give me just a second. Okay, it tells me I don't have her in here. Well, booger and booger. I'll find it for you guys eventually. And I can't even remember who I learned. Oh, I think it was Phoenix. That's who I learned about Mosley Doll from. Good gravy, I can't find her. Hey Oreo, how are you? Good to see you. What, Becky? Don't do it. I know. Are you still telling me don't do it? Hey, Cooking with a little spice. How are you? That would be fun with your kids. My kids are out of commission at the moment. Mosley Doll 78. Okay, let me find her. I didn't know the number. She's super cute. It's telling me no results found. I hate that. Mosley Doll 70. I'm spelling it right. Okay, I'm gonna quit searching. I'll find it and I'll put it in the info box. Becky is totally making fun of me because there have been times that she was too close to my eyebrow. I'm like, back up from the eyebrow. Like, you're going to wipe it off. Don't touch it. Like, I don't know what she was doing. Looking at something on my eye and she was trying to... back off from the eyebrow, girl. I don't know. I can't find it. It's not in my subscriptions, which it should be because I'm sub to her. Yeah. Don't approach the eyebrow. It's set, like, I have it set with powder and I have it set with eye gel and I have it, yeah. Well, why is it not for me? Because I'm Sherry. I'm going to try one more time. Mosley Doll. And I guess I'm trying to get the link for you guys. It says no results. Why? Let's see. It has... I have zero patience for this stuff. I don't know what's going on with this, but not finding her. Okay, well, you guys are finding her. That's what I wanted, so thank you for that. If you haven't thumbs up me, please. Well, Dom Ray's has enough eyebrows for like 14 people. There have been times that she shows me the strips after Becky does her eyebrows, and I want to cry because she pulls as much off. And I just look at it and think, can I just like transplant that onto my face? I really want to do microblading really bad. But I have to find somebody who is so reputable that has tons of recommendations and referrals that I can see a ton of their work first before I'm letting somebody come near my face with a microblade, a tattooing thing on my face. I would have to trust them with everything in me. Oh my gosh, Oreo. I don't think... Here's the thing. The reason I got the one there is because I could hide it. I could take it out. And it's not going to leave a hole in my face if I decide I don't want it anymore. So maybe I'll get a fake one and put it on just so that you can see it. I'll get a fake little ring or put one right here. And yeah, I'll do that. I would love to have a little diamond one right here, like a really dainty one. I think it would be pretty, but I am just not about putting holes in my face. I'm just not. I might change my mind, and I don't want a hole in my face. So, do you have any piercings, Oreo? You're sitting here saying that, but do you have any holes in your face? I don't think so. If you did, I didn't notice. Yes, Diana has one. It is super hot in here. Pink what? A little pink diamond? You know it, girl. See, you don't have any. You're telling me to mutilate my face, but you don't have any. See?
I told you what my dad said when he found out I pierced my ear at a party.
Yep. And he was probably right. See, is that all it takes to be considered hot, is to put a hole in my face? I have an issue with that. I have an issue with that. So, I don't really have all that much more to say, but I'm enjoying talking to you. Well, I love you back. But don't tell me to put a hole in my face if you're not willing to put a hole in your face. Okay, you get a nose ring and I'll get one.
If you do it,
thank you, Don Maurice.
you can always put a little black ring in it and make it like a beauty mark.
He said I could put a little black one in and make it look like a beauty mark. I can make myself look like Marilyn Monroe. But I can draw on a Marilyn Monroe beauty mark.
Yeah, just like you do your eyebrows.
Just like I do my eyebrows. My husband is so nice to me. Yep. I had to laugh. I'm not even going to tell you guys, but make sure tomorrow when I post my collab video, watch it all the way to the end. Because there are so many bloopers on this video, and at the end, it is the funniest thing. I laugh at myself all the time when I'm editing because I say, you guys don't even know some of the stuff that I say. In this video, I said boop boopy doo. So, you have to watch the whole thing to hear me say it, but the one at the end, I'm like, just wait. It was funny. Well, I understand. You go do your thing, Tara. I appreciate you being here so much. You're awesome, and I love you, and I will see you in probably your next live stream. But thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. But anyways, I say some outlandish things, and I mess up the same sentence like 877 times. And you guys see, I stumble over words all the time. But whenever I say it like 6 times in a row, and I mess it up every time the same way, that's the missing link. That's the reason why I don't have 1K, is because I don't have holes in my face. Do you hear what Oreo's saying, you guys? He's telling me the answer to all my problems is to put a hole in my face. If it was that easy, I would be like decked out in holes in my face.
Tell him you were born with one.
Oh, Lord. All these boys saying this stuff, girls. Do you hear all this? They're telling us to mutilate our faces. No, I like my piercing. I don't wear it to school. I don't, because I don't feel like I have the right to influence second graders into doing something just because I did. But I like it. I've always liked it. It's kind of like a oral fixation, satisfying, I don't know. You know how some people get piercings on the back of their neck for migraines and stuff? For me, it's a calming thing for it to be there. And I can't explain to you why, but it is. So, I like it. And I'm leaving it right where it's at. Oh, I'm sure they do. I'm sure they do. But we're not going to talk about that. Because that is not why I have it. I have it because I turned 30 and I was having a midlife crisis. And I did something crazy that was completely outside of my normal behavior. Which holy song? We hear lots of holy songs. But yeah, and I've told this story before, so I probably shouldn't repeat it, but my experience was at a place called Holy Rollers with a girl who looked kind of like a plus size Stevie Nicks, who completely zenned me completely out, was spraying rose water, and she had all these flowy clothes on, and I was so zenned out. Whenever I had that done, everybody was saying to me, stop, don't do it. You shouldn't do it. You really shouldn't do it. Are you leaving me, Ranks? Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it. But yeah, everybody was telling me to stop. And then I sounded like I had a lisp for like 3 weeks. Every time I did anything, ate, drank, I had to use like a antiseptic wash. It was a pain in the tush. Have a great rest of your weekend, Ranks. I appreciate you. So what's anybody doing? You guys are sitting here on a live stream with me for 2 hours, or some of you have been. Nothing going on today? Are you with me while your laundry is washing itself? I put some in before I came on, and I knew I was going to be fasting until whenever I got done with this. So I'm just drinking some coffee, and we'll have a pot roast in the crock pot. So dinner is making itself, laundry is washing itself. And so I get to be here with you guys for a while. Do you want to, what are you getting ready to film? Or do you want to not say it? I have a topic of conversation for us. I don't even know where I saw this. On a comment somewhere. But do you guys feel like you don't want to discuss what you're going to make a video about for fear that somebody else is going to do it? And I wanted to show you guys in my notebook, I literally have ideas for days. I finally bought one. Do you guys see? Mark out the ones that I've already done. Those are all video ideas. I have video ideas for days. And so, and some of these are ongoing. Like whenever I do the challenge with my group, I have to compile all their pictures and get all their video links. So some things are ongoing. I said I was going to do a video with all the looks that I made with my Shop My Stash stuff. So that's ongoing. As I go through, I compile all this stuff, and then eventually it becomes a video. Damaris is on the go all the time. She has energy that never stops, and I would like to bottle it and buy some. I'm all about sharing my ideas. If I have something that is unique, like I was thinking the other day, I could totally make my own tag videos. And because we all love to talk about makeup. And so I started writing down unique questions for tag videos. See, Ellie, I am all about things being pretty, and I would totally be a scrapbooker. Totally be a scrapbooker or a planner person. I have an Erin Condren planner. It is my lesson planner, and it has my calendar and everything all in one, and I love it so much. But I don't have time to make it pretty at all. I would love to have all the stickers and all the pretty stuff. Yeah, no, I don't have time for it. Yeah, I have ordered all these things from Hush that are dupes for things that I missed out on, but I haven't ordered any for things for dupes of things I have. So I need to order at least one, maybe the Modern Renaissance one, or maybe the Subculture one of those to do a comparison, because I want to see if I can create something that looks exactly the same on both eyes. I got to write that down. I want to see if it matches. See, this is what I do, and if I don't have a notebook nearby and I don't write it down, off it goes and it never to be heard from again. But the ones, I don't have the real things to do the comparison. Or, I do like those videos where people ask if you can tell which one is which, and you guess at the beginning which one is which. And I almost always pick the dupe for thinking it's the real one. Almost always. And so if I have my, yeah, I love my Erin Condren. It says she created for herself a life she loved, or something like that. Because I'm all about that right now. I'm all about making my life somewhere that I am enjoying living in. And that takes a lot of effort. Getting myself in bed at night so I get good rest. You know, eating well as far as getting the nutrition that I need. You know, doing things in advance, doing things in increments so that I actually accomplish something. So I really feel like I have made a lot of progress over the past year in a lot of ways. But, you know, whenever you're doing all the stuff that I do, you have to. You have to schedule and plan things or they don't get done. There are times that, you know, the dishes, the pots that are soaking in the sink stay there until the next weekend, you know, and that makes me sound terrible, but that's just the way my life is. Sometimes my body says, you aren't, yeah, this is the day that you have to clean, but guess what? You can't stand up straight today. You can't bend over today. So guess what? No, you're not. So, you know, that's the fun part of chronic illness is it plans your life for you. You can potentially plan something, but always with the understanding that it might get changed. And Thursday, we're going to see Toby Mac and Mandisa and Danny Goki. I'm so excited. We haven't been to a concert in a while. And that's me and Dawn Maurice and Becky are going to see Toby Mac. So Friday, I'm going to look like this. At school, I'm going to be like... Yep, I do. And the thing with fibromyalgia is if I'm not feeling well, if I'm already in pain and I push through it and do it anyway, it'll put me down to where, like, it'll push me into having spasming. And if that happens, then I'm not going to be walking for several days. So I have learned real quick not to push it. I need to go look because there's like 20, I'm exaggerating, 20 different artists, but there's a bunch. Let me go tell you who all of them are. We've had these tickets for, gosh, 6 months. It was forever ago we bought these tickets. And the amount for tickets, for concert tickets now, you guys, are insanely expensive. Ugh, I can't, what is it with me and the searches today? Like, I can't seem to find anything. Okay, Toby Mac, Danny Goki, Mandisa, Ryan Stevenson, and Finding Favor are the ones that they have listed. I'm so stoked about Ryan Stevenson because I really like him, and I love Mandisa. And if you guys like Danny Goki in person, his voice is so much more incredible in person than you even think he is. I don't know what you're saying that's so true to, but thank you for co-signing for me, Sabrina. Hey, Beauty in the Berg. How are you? I have so been enjoying your videos. You guys are so cute. I love it. You guys should check them out. They're sisters, and they do beauty videos, and they're super cute and funny, and I really enjoy it. So go check them out. Thank you so much, Sabrina. Love you to the moon and back. Thank you so much. She's such a good friend to me, you guys. Always a voice of reason whenever I'm feeling really not okay. And I appreciate her so much. And we need to do another collab soon, Sabrina. Give ourselves a month to do it, since you and I somehow, every time we get ready to do a collab, our whole life collapses. Hey, Loretta, how are you? And you could, Beauty in the Berg, if you want to tell them your names, everything that is stored in my memory is not accessible to me today for some reason. But yeah, they have a really cool channel. Definitely go check them out. Everybody in here does. And one day Ellie will. Right? So, you guys are cool about sharing ideas. I'm totally cool about sharing ideas. We could all do the exact same thing, and not a single one of them would even be slightly similar, right? And I am all about the fact that what you put out there is what you get in return. So if you put out there, I'm stingy, I'm secretive, I don't want to share anything with you because I don't want you to steal it, then whenever it's time for somebody else to share with you, they may not be so open to sharing with you. Does that make sense? That's how I am about it. Heather and Heidi. I love Heather and Heidi, and I knew this. Whenever I saw Heidi, I thought, because I have a follower named Heidi that I'm going to collab with in the near future. And I still haven't talked to her about it. We had an idea that we would do a makeup we didn't like swap and send it to each other and see if we like it. It would be a way to declutter and somebody else have a chance to try something that maybe would work for them. But I feel like everybody has something to offer. I feel like there is something unique and special about every single human being. And we all have gifts. We all have things we're good at. Like Summer, I didn't even know Summer makes soaps and bath bombs. And I've been rolling through her list every once in a while. And she makes bath bombs and soaps and stuff. How cool is that? I wouldn't have a clue how to do that. Thank you. I'm proud of my channel. I'm proud of the stuff that I put out there. I try my best. And if it's not worthy of what I think is good, I usually don't put it there. But that was an idea for me. I thought, because Denise was saying, Sherry, I was watching your video and your skills for eyeshadow are so good. I'm intimidated about doing a collab with you. I'm like, stop it. Stop it. Because stop it. Because I don't want anybody to look at what I do and not want to collab with me because they think they can't live up to it or whatever. It took me years to be able to even make myself look presentable, okay? So don't be intimidated. I would love to. And I don't care if your channel has 1 subscriber or 14,000. I would love to. Absolutely. We'll do it. We'll have a powwow about it, Loretta, and we'll get an idea underway. I know, and you should share that. If I give you you have a wrench. If you want to share your channel about your bath bombs and stuff, go for it. That's the other thing. I've been in lives where people get all mad if somebody promotes their stuff. I'm like, you're promoting your stuff by being here. I don't care. I want to promote you guys. If I ever do a collab with you, I am going to put all your info. I want other people to go check you out. You bet, Heidi and Heather. I hope I can remember people's names. It makes me feel bad when I can't. And Becky's getting better at it too. And someday, if we can ever get a setup where we can both be in the picture, and if she could be next to me at my vanity, she and I could do a get ready with me, the both of us. That would be so much fun. Absolutely, Summer. I need to write these people's names down because, short-term memory is not something to be admired. So I had Loretta Tricks. And Summer. Who else said it? And I was talking about earlier, is it Heidi or Heather or both that's actually here? Yep, I'm going to help her with her eyebrows tonight. Welcome back, Sarah. I completely just spaced. Oh, earlier I was talking about doing twice a month shout out videos because I really want to let other people know about people's channels that I'm enjoying. So in the upcoming, I'm sure you'll be in one of them, Heather. And did Summer post her link, or did she not want to? Is everybody on the princess thing? What they're talking about is a big collab with lots of people doing Disney or Disney princesses. Can more than one person do a particular princess? Because everyone had already said most of the ones that I would have chosen. Okay. But anyways, I'm all about sharing ideas. I'm all about it. And if there's anything I can ever do to help anybody, that's the other thing. Like, I've had some people ask, some people that's what Sabrina has been so wonderful, because she's been on YouTube a whole year more than me. It's so nice to have people who are willing to help. So if there's somebody who is just getting started and they don't know what to do about this or that or the other thing, and I can help them, totally. I don't know where competition and being stingy and not helpful and nice to people. There you go, guys. There's Summer's bath bomb and soap channel. You should go check it out. And you know what? It's probably my teacher nature, because almost everything that you do with teaching is collaborative with other teachers. You're in a team. You work with, a teaching partner. You do that all day, every day. And all we are thieves. We just steal each other's ideas, or we steal ideas off of Pinterest, or teachers pay teachers, and we do all that. We're just, my dad used to say, you're a glorified thief. Take every information, every idea that you can do, steal it, because it will benefit you. And teachers are okay with other teachers stealing their ideas. For the most part. That's all right. Like I said, all about promoting things that, okay, promote your stuff. I love the fact that your daughter's name is Bronte. I love that so much. Every time I read your message and you say Bronte, I'm like, that is such I would love to name my daughter Bronte. I love that. I'm all about unique names. I would love that. Name it after one of our favorite authors or the sisters that are. I'm a nerd. I've said it many times. Oh, that's something else I wanted to ask. Is there anybody that has any book recommendations? Or Netflix or Amazon Prime. I got some recommendations. I'm talking about all this time that I don't have, and now I'm asking you for Netflix and reading recommendations. But oh, cool. Is that who she's named after, or was it the Bronte sisters or both? I just got a recommendation from Phoenix, and she recommended on Amazon Prime Orphan Black. And I've only watched like 2 episodes. I fell asleep watching it last night. It is so good so far. And I already recommended the book that I was reading. I recommended in my last video. So it was called For the Love Of by Jen Hatmaker. Have you not been well, Loretta? I noticed, I guess your husband has been doing some videos, and I didn't know if he was doing it in your place or if he just likes to do it. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh. I love Wuthering Heights. My absolute favorite book as far as literature based, not current stuff, is Sense and Sensibility. I love that book so much. Oh, you guys are so busy filming, editing, and making videos that you haven't read a thing. So how are we going to know, Sarah, Beauty Obsession, how are we going to know when that all kicks off and what the rules are for it and everything? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Loretta. I'm so glad you're doing better. Swatch Master, I like that. You guys should check out Loretta's video too. She does beautiful makeup. All right, sounds good. Hey, you had to compromise. What did her middle name end up being? No worries, Summer. Oh my goodness. Bronte Austin. I love that. Is your other daughter Charlotte? Did I catch that right? You have Emily and Charlotte? So nobody has any recommendations for me? Oh, that's pretty. That's so pretty. Well, my daughter is my stepdaughter, so she was named before I met her, and her name is Cassandra Renee. And my son, his name is Michael Dean. You know, I watched probably the half of the first season of The Walking Dead, and I didn't really get into it. And I was like, is something wrong with me? Everybody loves this. I just didn't get into it. Maybe I need to give it another try. And Stranger Things, I tried it once too, and I didn't like it, but now I'm watching it again, and I do like it. Kirsten, that's beautiful. Clive Kessler, The Fargo. I love series more than anything. The Fargo series, because if I really like a book, I'm so sad when it's over and I want more. Clive Kessler. Awesome. Crash the Chatterbox, I've already read. I've actually read it twice. That's what my eyelash graveyard was on. Now I don't know where it is even, because I moved everything around whenever I was revamping my medicine drawers. Crash the Chatterbox by Stephen Furtick. I talked about it already in one of my videos. It's about muzzling that negative inner voice, like how you rope your thoughts, how you make your thoughts obedient to Christ, basically, and how you keep a reel of negative self-talk from circulating. And it's spiritually based ideas of how to get that negative self-talk under control. The chatterbox in your head that says, you're not good enough. You're not pretty. You're not smart. You're not good enough. You're never going to be good enough. Oh my goodness. You know what? I read almost everything. I like to read a little bit of everything. I love series. I'm all like, I loved Harry Potter, Twilight series, Hunger Games. I love all those. I love to read books. They're not even self-help books, but like inspirational books. I love Brene Brown, and Jen Hatmaker was the one. I love things that help me examine my heart, examine my mind, and, change me in a positive way. I love to read books by Lisa TerKeurst. Oh my goodness. I love books by Lisa TerKeurst. One of my favorites is called The Best Yes. Yeah, definitely. It is so good, Ellie. And The Best Yes by Lisa TerKeurst is a really good one. I've heard a lot of people talk about Dean Koontz and compare it to Stephen King. Do you agree, Diana? I've never read anything by Dean Koontz, but I've heard his name over and over, and they kind of compare him to Stephen King. And I've read every Stephen King book, even though I hate horror movies, because from the time I was a little girl, that they terrified me to death. And Becky, if you're still there, I'm looking behind me at the tape that we put on the floor so that we would stand in the same place every time we took our weight loss pictures, so that we can make sure that the dimensions are right. Michael Scott's. And you know what? I actually read young adult books a lot. Secret of Immortals. I usually ask my teenage nieces to give me recommendations because I love young adult books. Like, I really love the Selection series. Have any of you read the Selection? I really like that series. Much better than Stephen King. Cool, I'll check them out. So Michael Scott, the Secret Immortal series, Dean Koontz, the Fargo series, Clive Cussler. Yep, still here. I'm asking for Netflix, Amazon Prime, and book recommendations. The Door to December. Is that Dean Koontz, Diana? Cool. I like to keep a running list. I actually had a parent at a conference. We started geeking out on books, and she sent me like 6 books to read. But I actually have gotten to the point where I have so little time that I get audiobooks and I listen to them during my commute to work and back. Cool, I got it. I love book recommendations because sometimes I would never seek out that kind of book. Right now I'm reading, I can't remember what the author, but I got a recommendation from Kitty Cat Loves Makeup. Her name's Kathy. She has an awesome channel if you don't subscribe to her. And she recommended this book called My Absolute Darling. And that's what I'm reading right now. Yeah. You know what? To be honest with you, the reason I started reading Stephen King is when I was in high school, because there's this guy that I had a massive crush on named Dewey, and he was reading The Stand, and I just like wanted to see what made him tick, and so I bought it and started reading it, and then I just kept on going and just read, and I know my husband has read all of them too, and I don't even like horror movies, and the books are even more scary than the movies, but I enjoy the books, but I don't so much enjoy the movies. Like, there are things in scary movies like The Shining, the little dead girls that are blue that show up in the blood, that still horrifies me. Like, I still can see that picture, like when red rum is written on that's terrifying to me to this day. Me and horror movies. I remember when I was younger, my mom told my brothers not to let me watch this, but they made me watch it, and it was the Amityville Horror. And there's this part where this man woke up every day at the same time, and something crazy was happening. Like the rocking chair was rocking by itself, or things were breaking, or something was coming, blood was coming out, or sludge was coming out of their faucets. And I had nightmares about that forever. I do like Nora Roberts. I haven't read that series, but I've read Nora Roberts books before. In fact, I have a couple on CD that my mom loaned to me. The Cousin O'Dwyer. Have any of you guys read Bless the Cheesemakers? And I know this sounds crazy, and I know it doesn't sound like it would be a good book, but it is really a good book. I read it with a book club I used to meet with, but somehow we never can get back together. Yeah, me too. We read, it's either Bless the Cheesemakers or God Bless the Cheesemakers. We read Into the Water, which is by the author of Girl on the Train, and that was an interesting book. I'm trying to think what else. We read several books. Oh, if you guys like poetry, have you guys read Milk and Honey? Is it Milk and Honey? I don't know why I cannot remember things when I'm filming. And when I'm on film, I can't remember them. But any other time, I could recall them. I think it's called Milk and Honey. It's a poetry book. But I got it on audio, and the author's reading them. And they're yes. It's Milk and Honey by Rupi Kaur. Let me spell it for you. It is such beautiful poetry. If you like poetry. And I write poetry, and so I'm always really inspired by reading other people's poetry. Oh, cool. Orson Scott Card. I've never even heard of some of these folks. And it's the Ender's Game series. I love series books. I really, really do. I almost always try to read something that's like book one of something else when I'm doing a search. Do you guys use the, or do you guys use or have the Overdrive app? With my local library, they're synced up with the Overdrive app. And so you can go in under your public library and with your public library card number, get into the Overdrive and you can get ebooks or audiobooks to check out for 2 weeks. And you can make a queue if you if they're already checked out, you can put yourself in line and they'll send it to you whenever it's available. But that is very helpful price-wise with being able to get a lot of those for free, where it would cost you $15 or whatever to buy an ebook, or more than that probably for the CDs. They're always better. In fact, Diana, I have a hard time, like if a movie comes out and I haven't read it yet, I want to read it before I see the movie. I don't like to read them after. I feel like it like corrupts my impression of it, and I already have a preconceived idea of what's going to happen and how. But anyway, check that out. It's on, I have an Android. I'm sure it's on iPhone, but it's the icon is a blue square with a white O, and it is really nice. And they do have a lot. And if, new books that when they first come out, it must be getting warm outside because all of a sudden I'm hot. If I turn my fan on, it's going to buzz and sound crazy to you guys. But they do get the new releases, but you may be in line for a month or whatever. It depends. Sometimes whenever it's a popular book, they'll buy like 3 or 4 copies of it and you get to it quick. It's called Overdrive. And most public libraries are, but you're in Canada, right? Sarah? I don't know if it is available in Canada or if you can, I don't know. You'll have to check it out. But I am so glad. I know a lot of people use Audibles and things like that, but I don't have time to sit down and read for 3 hours. There are times I'll start a book and it's so good and I'll do that anyway. But, oh, you do, Diana? Well, good. Hopefully they have it in Canada too. Because I just go through maybe like once every 3 months and put a hold, like you can put a hold on 6 of them and you can check out 6 at once. And you have 14 days. And you can request it again. Like I'm listening to My Absolute Darling right now, and it is, it's probably already expired now. But like if you know you're not going to finish it, because this is like a 16-hour long book. If you know you're not going to finish it in the 2 weeks, you can go ahead and request it again, and you might get it right away as soon as it expires. Get it right away, but sometimes you have to wait a couple of weeks, and I don't love that, but it's better than having to pay for it. Yay! I didn't even know about this. My friends in my book club were telling me about this stuff, and I'm like, I've never even heard of this, and it saves me so much money. And especially if there's a new book and I know that it has been released, I'll immediately go and get on the queue for it so that I won't have to wait so long. Like when the newest Harry Potter, the screenplay or whatever, the latest Harry Potter one came out, that I would have been in line for months probably for that, because there were 50 people in front of me, but most of the time there's like 1 or 2 people ahead of you and you get it soon. And Dawn Maurice uses it too. But yeah, there's my recommendation for the day. And I know that most of you guys know Sarah, Beauty Obsession, and Diana. But if you don't, definitely go check out their channels. They are both, when I think of Diana and Sarah, I always think of colorful eye looks. They are really good at that. And I ordered that after Party. I don't know which one it is. The one that has all the bright colors. And when I was looking at it, I was like, I need to go watch some Diana and Sarah videos to get some inspiration on how to use this bright colored palette, because I do like color, but you guys know I'm mostly about neutrals and pinks and purples. And like today, I barely did anything on my eyes, and they were all watering, and my eyeliner was transferring. I think you can kind of see it's like black right there. Don't you love it when you need to look good and that's when everything goes crazy on your face? Yeah. Usually Don Maurice and I, if we're talking about the same book, one of us has it and the person that's in line is us. Yes, I do have some Juvia's Place palettes. I've used them a couple times. Thank you so much for being here, Diana. It's probably getting ready to be your bedtime now, because this is about the time I would ordinarily be available. But thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. You're all right, Summer. I was planning on being here or starting off here at noon, and I didn't get on here till I think 1:45, something like that. My mom called and I wanted to talk to her, but I was trying to get ready too. And anyway, see, you guys need to subscribe to Oreo, because he makes you feel good about yourself. He calls you nice things like queen and tells you got the best channel on the internet. You're the queen of the internet. You too, Diana. Thank you for being here. So yeah, if you want to feel good about yourself, he'll tell you that you're hot. If you would be hot if you had a nose ring. If you had a hole in your face, you'd be hot. And he sings interesting songs. And he has a cute kid. Do you guys enjoy like real vlogs where people just kind of go through their life and document it? I never even really have been inspired to do that, but I love to watch them. I wish Emily Noel would do it. Okay, Mom. I wish Emily Noel would do it, because her little girls are so adorable, and I would love to see. I know she used to do lots of videos with Tyler in them and her kids, but now she doesn't do that much. I know people would be, you have 9 kids? No, you don't. But I'm fascinated by other people's lives. Sometimes I just like to know that people feel the same way I do sometimes, and I'm not alone. But I would like to do that someday, I think. I'm sitting here looking at, what is that on my carpet? You know what it looks like? I don't know what that is. But anyways, I think it would be fun to do like a vlog every once in a while, if I had an interesting life. But you know, the funny part is I really enjoy watching people's vlogs that don't particularly do anything extra special either. I just like to watch it. It's very soothing to me for some reason. You're so funny. It's not, because this guy that just walked in here, you probably can't even see him. This guy, Eli, right here, would not stand for the fact that there is a rat in the room. What's he doing? You want to come say hi to the people? Want to? He always jumps up and lays right here across my shoulder, and he won't do it right now because I'm talking. Nicole, hey, what's up? Nicole has a kitty who's in her videos too, and he just wants to get in the window. Neither one of my cats have ever made like a true appearance in one of my lives. Welcome back, Sarah. How are you guys doing? I got caught up on you the other day, Sarah. I was telling everybody that I keep getting unsubscribed from people, like over and over, and it's the people that I watch the most that I end up. See, you have like 2 kids. How did it go from 9 to 2? You got 7 up in the attic. It's smelling good in here. Smelling like pot roast. People keep walking by my window. I'm like, what are all these people doing? We have a little park type thing that's just about a block away from my house. It's called Centennial Park, I think, but they've got like old-fashioned houses that are like historical real houses that they've placed there, and train cars and all kinds of things. There's a splash pad there, and a lot of times they do little, like they do a thing for the like the Humane Society. I can't remember what it's called. But anyways, for people to get their pets spayed. And they do all kinds of things with the school with performances and stuff down there. So a lot of times I see people walking up and down my street like all day long because there's something going on there. I don't understand like why that's happening, but it's happening to me a lot. I know I've had to subscribe to your channel more than twice, and for some reason, I was unsubscribed from Diana, people that I watch a lot. I am cooking pot roast, and I think I'm going to make some, I'm just going to take a big head of cabbage and shred it up and put the gravy on that and put it in the oven. Thank you, Oreo. Love and hugs to you. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Yep, it's getting close to that time where I'm going to wrap things up, I think, unless you guys have anything else that you would really love to talk to me about. And you know, Nicole, most of the time I do a little thing on Instagram, or I do a little thing on, thank you, Heather. I do a little thing on Facebook or the beauty group or something. And today I just couldn't, I didn't know when I was going to be ready. And so I couldn't do that today. And today's not my ordinary day because I'm uploading tomorrow with a collab with my friend Denise. And so tomorrow at 9:30 Central will be my video that would ordinarily be on Saturday. So I'm not doing a live on my regular day, which is Wednesday, and I didn't upload a regular video today. So everything's kind of off kilter. But I don't know what else I'm going to make. I try to cook on Saturday and Sunday stuff that will last me through the week for lunches and dinners and stuff, because during the week I just don't want to cook ever because my students wear me smooth out. So, Nicole, I'm actually better at letting people know, but not today. Yep, and it's grass-fed, straight off my uncle's farm in Missouri. So it's like good for you beef, not pumped full of hormones and all that jazz. And Nicole, I still have to go watch your Galaxy Look thing. I didn't even know about that collab until I saw Casey's thing on Instagram. And I saw, this has been one of those weeks that I couldn't watch everybody. I was fully overwhelmed by work and not handling it well. And there was like one problem after the next. And by the time I got home, I was just like cockeyed and googly brained and couldn't even click on somebody's something. It was just one of those weeks. So I need to get caught up on those. Yeah, I am too. But my diet is primarily vegetables and protein. And so it works for me. But you know what, Sarah? I don't know why, but it won't let me schedule mine in advance. I actually did that one day and tried to test it, and nobody got alerts for it at the time I scheduled it for. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong, but then one day I just went straight in from Facebook, not on my app on my phone, and it alerted people if I started that chat right then. But anytime I schedule it, it doesn't do anything. And do you have to go back at the scheduled time and start it? I don't see the point of scheduling something in advance if it doesn't tell people in advance that it's coming. It didn't send that alert out to my subscribers. So I don't know if I did something wrong. You know what? Cockeyed is a terrible word. I really shouldn't say it because I don't even really know. I know what it means off kilter or whatever, and it's a total hillbilly slang kind of thing, but I really shouldn't say that. It sounds nasty, but anyways, I still say it. It just comes out that way. Is Becky still here? I found a brand new pair of capri pants in my closet that had the tag still on it. And you guys know I was planning on buying new capri pants because I was sure that everything that I had didn't fit me. They were too big. And most of the ones that I wore last year were. But I was smart enough to know in advance. I was psychic to know that I was going to go down a couple sizes. And I kept the size below where I am now. So I have like 8 pairs of capris in those sizes. And Becky and I were going through my closet. It is time for me to do some serious donation. And what I did last year is I got these huggable hangers. Those kind that have like that felty stuff on that hold your clothes on it. Those are awesome. It's like Joy Morgano or something off the HSN. If you guys see those are really good hangers. So what I did at the beginning of last year is I started with, and I put all my clothes that I wear every day on those hangers. And then at the end, which is now, when it's time for me to move my winter stuff out and my summer and spring stuff in, anything that's not on one of those new hangers is going, that means I didn't wear it for a year, it's going to the donation. It's going to, if it isn't doing me or anybody else any good hanging in my closet not being worn. And so, and out of like an area of an entire closet, about 1/4 of it is going to be donated. And so, yeah, those hangers are the bomb. I need to put those in one of my favorites videos because, especially if you're a plus size girl, because plus size girls, the necks, this one isn't, but a lot of necks on clothing is so huge that it will not stay on a hanger. But you have to like use both hands to get your stuff off of these hangers. It keeps everything on, and I love that. So you don't have things falling down in between. But I have a lot of things that need to be donated, and luckily in our town we have a clothes closet. It has this big giant red box that you could put tons of stuff in, and we have. And then we also have all these little receptacles, these little metal things all around town that you can donate to. Some's for veterans, some's for, I think one's for Down syndrome. There's all kinds of good causes that they're for. I do too. I'm not even opening that to show you, okay? I have 2 walk-in style closets, and my closet in my bedroom has a center rack, a bottom rack on either side, a top rack on both sides, and one on the other, an entire shelf for my shoes. Now, it's not close to like Jaclyn Hill status where she has an entire house for her closet, but I have a big closet, but right now it's jam-packed. And I think that's like a fat girl's problem, is that you have, and I'm not being degrading to myself, I just call it what it is. You have wardrobes in many sizes. If you have had yo-yo up and down fluctuating weight like I have for my whole life, I used to keep all of them, but now I keep one size above, one size below. And hopefully I never see the ones that I'm growing or shrinking out of now. I hope I never see them again. Yeah. And so it makes me feel good that clothes that I haven't worn in a year aren't just hanging there, and they're actually benefiting somebody. Whenever I was moving from my house over near Becky to this house, honest to God, I donated like 8 those giant black trash bags, 8 to 10 of those of clothes. Because I seriously had a wardrobe in like 5 sizes. And I finally just got rid of all the ones at the top and all the ones at the bottom, except for one on either side. And it's still a lot, but I'm glad I kept them because now I don't have to buy any capris. I probably won't have to buy any clothes until next year's beginning of the school year. Yeah, we don't need to talk about the fact that I do a lot of things in excess. And honestly, if I wasn't a teacher and I didn't have to dress professionally, I probably would own nothing but t-shirt type clothes, hoodies, and jeans and Converse. That's probably about the only thing that I would own, because that's what I love to wear, but I don't get to wear that at all, except for maybe to church. And I kind of like to dress up a little bit for church. But yeah, I wouldn't wear half the stuff. And it's funny because the other day my friend Catherine was saying, you know what, sure, you've lost so much weight. You look so good. You know, what are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. And we started talking. And I said, you have to promise me something. And she said, what? I said, if I start looking sloppy, please tell me. If I start looking, you know, it looks stupid because it's so big, tell me. Because sometimes you wear those things and it just doesn't occur to you that they're probably not going to fit now. And then you get to work and you look like you're wearing a garbage bag. And so I wore one of those on Friday and she's like, too big. And I was like, yeah, and it is, but it's one of my favorite shirts, but it's so big that it almost went to my knees. And I thought this would be super cute with some skinny jeans or some leggings and some booties. It would be super cute that way. So I'll just repurpose a shirt into like a little dress tunic thing and wear it like that. But anyway, she said, girl, you look like you walk off the pages of a magazine every day. I'm like, this is as casual as I can possibly get and still be considered professionally dressed. So I don't know about magazines, but I wear the most casual things that I can get away with. A toy hauler RV. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You are going to have to. You know what? I am obsessed with watching those shows where people are shopping for tiny houses. I don't think I could do it, but I wish that I could. Like, I think my life would be so much simpler if I just didn't have all this stuff. So here's the question, Ellie. What are you going to do with your makeup? Are you going to buy a storage building just for your makeup? But yeah, it's a great idea for you to start doing it now so that whenever the time comes, you're already decluttered and organized. Yeah, I hear you, Sarah. I would, if I could just wear jeans to school every day, I would be so happy. You know, being like, I never wear dresses. Can you imagine trying to get down on the floor with kids in a circle sitting Indian style or trying to sit with your legs to the side because you're wearing a dress? Never. And kids get snot on you and they throw up on you and you deal with things that people deal with that have kids in diapers, okay? And yeah, not wearing a dress to do that. Oh my goodness. Right, Nicole. I love tunics too. And you have kids who have all their stuff. Wow, that's going to be. And are you doing it just because you want to size down, or are you or downsize, or are you doing it because you need it to because you're going to travel everywhere? Wow. Because that would be so much fun. I want to travel so much. I don't have the time or the means. I want to go to London. That's my number one. I cannot wait. I so want to do that. But I love those shows where they explain everything and they show how, you know, the bed is like in the wall and they have all these things. I just don't know. My cousin, my cousin Mark has one of those little tiny houses. My other cousin Mark lives on that. Tim lives in a stationary house there on that land. And then Mark, why can't I get it straight? Mark has his little tiny house on the land there. Yeah. Well, I think my tunics are becoming dresses now. Great idea. That's going to be pretty challenging for him to be gone to Japan for a year. You're going to be here and he's going to be in Japan for a year. Wow. That's a long time, sister, to do that on your own. But really, for the most part, I wear Crocs. Not the ugly, crazy looking ones, which I have in the past, but they've made some that are a little bit more streamlined and don't look so clog-ish. I wear those to work because I'm just on my feet too much. Even like Converse or those kind of shoes, if I wear them for an entire day, it messes with my hips and my back and everything. Yeah. Well, I'll be praying for you. I know that'll be a challenge to be without him for that long, but afterward, you guys will be shacked up for real together, close quarters. Yeah. Tunic is kind of like the shirts that I wear, Damaris, that come down almost to your knees, so it's a long shirt. Most of the ones like the people wear with leggings. Like that one I used to wear to the concert all the time that was turquoise and blue and they had the little black strappy things. That's what I wore yesterday. That was totally too big. Hey, what's up, Froggy? That's interesting though. I would love to live in one. I would love to have so little stuff that I could get by in a house like that. Yes. Mid-thigh. Basically, cover up your gut shirts. Thankfully, I don't have as much to cover up as I have in the past, but I noticed in your pictures on Facebook, Ellie, I like your style. I think it's very pretty and it just very much suits you. I like it. Why is that, Froggy? Yeah, it is. But Damaris works at the daycare with Becky, and so she has the same kind of situation where if bodily functions in children, yeah, you don't like to wear something nice. Changing diapers all day. Yeah, that's true. But you can store it, so that'll be good. Hey, what's up, Giggles? I don't know your real name, Giggles. Do you tell people what your real name is? Oh, no, Froggy. How did they find that out? Like a MRI or something like that? I'm so sorry to hear that. Mirzana? Am I saying it right? Mirzana? Mirzana. That's a pretty name. Mirzana. You hate it? I think it's pretty. I'll call you Giggles if you don't like that. Mirzana. That's pretty though. Super pretty. That's all right. I think a lot of us have things that we don't like that other people think are great or fine. Like I don't like my hair. I've been trying to figure out some way to make it look presentable for a couple weeks now, and bleh. I hot rolled it today and it's still looking crazy and flat and bleh. But now that I found this earlier, this will be helpful. Oh my goodness. Wow. Well, I don't claim to know much about brain issues like that, but I can tell you that I have had two very close friends. One was my principal for 13 years, and she had a brain tumor that they removed, and she was perfectly fine after that. Well, hello. Are you going to come say hi to the people? Are you going to come? Can you guys see Eli? And the funny part, please don't stick your butt in the candle, though. That would be a bad idea. Come here. Say hi to everybody. This is Eli, and he runs away anytime the doorbell rings, anytime somebody's at our house. So the fact that he's on here instead of Boo Bear is making me laugh because he's so shy. He doesn't know he's in front of 9 people right now. Hi, Boo Boo. So he's probably gonna, oh, I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep you from getting the, a shot of the, And I promise you, he is not as fat as this video is making he's really actually kind of slim. And that makes him look like he's giant. Okay, yay. Now I am covered with cat fur and I have it in my mouth. Well, did you want to see a straight up booty? Like the full... Yeah, I'm sure you... I'm sure not. Oh my gosh. What is a Rubenesque cat? What does that mean? 22 pounds. Good Lord. You know what? In the morning time, I like to wash my face, put my moisturizers on before I come in, do my Bible stuff, drink my coffee, like let it sink in really well. And so a lot of times he'll come in here in the morning and put his body all up on my face. And so whenever I go in to do my makeup, I have like, it will be stuck in my foundation. It drives me crazy. Gotcha. I thought you meant that as like a breed or something. But yeah, I gotcha. Voluptuous and buxom. Gotcha. Gotcha. I know what Rubenesque means. I just took it as a breed. Right. I love Rubenesque things because it made me feel like I could actually think I was slightly beautiful instead of hideous like the rest of the world. Yep. And that's what I was laughing about. This little white thing back there, aside from our tape mark for pictures. Guys, that is actually a Marley hair. You guys know that my dog died in July. So, but she was also a Great Pyrenees, and Great Pyrenees shed like nobody's business. She shed like it would look like it snowed on our carpet all the time. And every once in a while, a little tuft of her hair shows up, and I don't know where it was all this time, but there it is now. And yeah, so she makes sure that I know that she's still with me. And so Froggy, please keep us updated. I will be praying for him. What I was saying earlier, if I didn't, is she had the tumor removed and everything was great after that. She actually had lost her sight. It was on her optic nerve. So there's a lot that they can do. But I pray that it's nothing serious, and please keep us informed, and I'll be praying for you guys. Oh, you guys, I have never in my life, every time I have a live, I rant on something and I talk about how much I miss my dog, but I miss my dog so bad. There's a little, probably a 8-month-old Great Pyrenees that's in the yard right by, I drive by at school, and usually he's just laying down or lying down on the grass. And the other day there were 2 other dogs and he was running around with them, and I was like, oh, Marley. It just made me happy and sad at the same time. Out of his nose. Wow. There is so much technology that they use for the brain now. My principal that I was telling you about, they didn't even shave her hair off. It was down at the base of her skull. They didn't even shave her hair. You couldn't even tell she had brain surgery. But you know what? Straight up God. That's all I have to say about it. It was a miracle that it happened the way it did. It affected her sight so that she knew it was there. She would have never known it was there. And if it wasn't for that, she wouldn't have known. And so they got it quick. They took it right out. It was the size of a golf ball. And bam, perfectly fine after that. Straight up God. Oh, I'm pretty sure that Eli is throwing up right now off of the frame. Thank you for that, honey. butt shots, vomit. Yeah, this would be my intro if I was going to make an intro for my live stream. Come on in, talk about kitty butts and vomit. When I first started my channel, I used to say it all the time. I need to say it more because one of these days when I have merch, it's going to say that. I used to say real life happens here. And it does. Real life happens here. And you guys just are blessed to see it tonight. And you're watching me drink the bottom part of my bulletproof coffee that I don't love so much because it's thick. And what it is coconut oil mostly. Because I drink lots of coconut oil. See, I can make ugly faces. Is Boo Bear in here? No, it was Eli. Well, good. You hang in there, sister. I know. I've had those kind of situations in my life repeatedly. Hi, Eli. Are you okay? Are you sick? And yeah, you grit your teeth. You do your best to hang in there. You lean on God and let Him carry you through. You have a cat named Sirius, like Sirius Snape. I know it's because of Sirius Snape, right? Wow, well that's good. Yeah, both of my old lady kitties that I lost, I've lost 3 babies since I lived here. I should know. I don't know why I even asked. But, yeah, my old lady kitties, as they got older, had those kind of issues. And that's exactly what we had to do, is just buy some different food until we found one that worked. I love that. Hey, Amy, how are you? I watched your live on replay last night. That was fun. You look so pretty and your room looks so nice. And I love your peep lights. And your pink lights, of course. But oh, I don't know where Boo Bear is. I didn't even see him. I just saw Eli. Oh, wow. How scary, Ellie. That's terrible. I think my cat gets sick too because he eats dry food so fast. He doesn't even chew. So when he throws up, it's like solid pieces of cat food. I'm like, dude, if you would stop inhaling it, maybe that wouldn't happen to you. Oh, honey, be gentle with yourself because nobody knows how they're going to react in a situation like that. And you have to feel your feelings too. I mean, yes, try to be strong for him. Yes, I'm sure he's scared and you're scared, but don't deny your own feelings and taking care of your heart through it also. Okay? Take care of you. Because you taking care of is going to be the best support for him. You falling apart is not. So take care of you. Take it from someone who lives it. Okay? You would never even think. You're thinking, oh my gosh, something really bad is wrong with my cat. I cannot believe you, Eli, that you just keep coming back. Piangi? And there's Boo Bear. No, I'm watching on my TV or on my computer and it's on delay. So I just saw Eli come in, but he's next to me now and we'll probably have a viral video of my cat setting his tail on fire. Yep, and if you need somewhere for your feelings to land, I'm offering my eyes and my ears. In my heart. I had so many times in my life where I felt like I was alone in everything, that I can't stand for anybody to feel like they are. So if you need to talk, vent, cry, I will be there. Guys, that roast is smelling so good. Yeah. And I know I've talked to you guys about this before, but part of my diet includes what's called intermittent fasting. And so I don't ever eat breakfast anymore. I stop eating before 9 o'clock at night, and I don't eat again until lunchtime, usually around noon. On weekends, I fast even longer because I'm just not hungry. But now it's 4:30, and that means I've fasted 18 hours. So as soon as I get off of here, it'll be time for dinner. Hopefully the roast is done in that crock pot, but it's smelling like it is. Hi, pretty. Hi, pretty. Did you come to make sure that everybody saw all your business? Huh? We don't need to be doing that. Keep your behind pointed that way, okay? But anyway, I can't believe he's on here. I'm happy that you guys are getting to see him because he is the evasive one. He's the one that, and he's telling me that it's time to eat. It has nothing. He's like not saying, I love you, Mama. I just want to get love on you, Mama. He's like, Mom, it's time to eat. And you're not where you need to be in there where you feed me. And if you guys have, I know if you knocked on the door, he would be gone. If you guys have cats that are finicky eaters, my cats are so spoiled. Anyways, there are these things that are called lickable treats, and they come in a tube that almost looks like a Go-Gurt, like a little Go-Gurt pouch. It's kind of like that. And my cats would do literally anything for those lickable treats. And about 9 o'clock, right before I'm getting ready for bed, they come in here and just kind of stare at me like, if I start to move, they're like ready to bolt for the door, and they're just staring at me. The minute I get up, they bolt in there, like meowing and making all kinds of racket because they love that so much. And I give it to them every night. But I don't know the brand name, but they come in little red pouches, and it's called lickable treats. And they love it. If I wouldn't even have to feed them food if I gave them that all the time. It's like this liquidy pate type stuff. And I don't know about you guys, but I am fully sicked out about the smell of wet cat food. It always gets on my hands somehow when I'm feeding them. And I can't stand the smell of it. It just sicks me smooth out. And of course, this is like pureed tuna and any kind of fish smelling stuff. Fish guts pureed. Okay, so I'm adding to the magnetism of this live stream. What was it? Cat butts, puke, and now ground up fish guts. You never know what you're going to get here at Sherry's live stream. You have to give them yogurt. It's to keep his digestion working the right way. Thank you. I moved it because I didn't want him to set his behind on fire. Thank you. I don't even keep these here most of the time, but I was rearranging things so that it would look like my desk is clean when it really isn't. Yeah. Well, my boys are spoiled rotten, and that's the way it's always going to be. And one of these days when my heart is ready, I will get another dog, but I just can't. I don't. Number one, I really honestly don't want the responsibility or the cost of it right now, because I'm that person that buys the heartworm medicine and gets the shots every year and does everything that you're supposed to do for the dog. It's expensive, and I don't want, and if I had a dog now, I would definitely not feed them grain-based food. And I did with Marley because that's just what we did. But there's so many things that are so much better, and it would be really expensive, and I'm just not ready for that yet. I need to get some money saved. I need to get a camera for my channel. And yeah, there are some things that need to, and my heart needs to heal some more. I wish I could find that picture. I have to find it for you guys so that you can see the picture that I am considering tattooing on my body, which is insane because I have no tattoos and I don't know if I ever will, but I want to show you the picture. I've talked about it before. I use my Android phone. I have a Samsung Edge 7, and I'll be getting a new one in August. But I do everything from my phone, and the only thing that I don't love is the fact that if I want to zoom in, I have to put it on the rear camera, and I can't see myself. And I tried to change it and put a mirror, and it just didn't work. It's just easiest for me to film the way I film, and for now. And I hope, I mean, to me, it doesn't look like perfection, but it's HD. And so to me, it looks pretty good for being a phone. And at least I think you can see what I'm doing. Now in my bedroom with the lighting, I just recently, I hope tomorrow, and I'd appreciate it if some of you would let me know. Tomorrow, the video that, the collab video, I made some adjustments on my lighting. For the longest time, I was looking yellow, and I think it's partly because my walls are tan. And even in here, the color that's on the screen is not, it's much lighter than what it looks like on there. But I think the reflection of the light off of that was making me look so yellow. And I hate it. I don't like that. And so I hope that tomorrow, I made some adjustments. It makes it where it's hard for me to actually see what I'm doing, but it looks more authentically what I actually look like. So please watch it and let me know tomorrow if you think the lighting and the coloring of me is improved on the video. Yeah, I don't even like to think about it, Froggy. When I got Marley and they told me that large breed dogs live an average of 10 to 12 years, I started hurting for the loss of her when she would turn like 6 or 7. Like it was just too close to where they said I'm going to lose her. Like I was already mourning her and she was still with me. Yeah. I need to try it again, Sarah. But I would have to stop, zoom it in, go do all that business, stop, zoom it back out. And I don't have enough time. I don't have enough filming time to spend it doing that. So, hopefully someday. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm glad that it's at least okay. I hope you can see what I'm doing and it's clear enough, but hopefully the lighting will be better. Heather, they are people that I chose to be admins of the room because on occasion, somebody will come in, say something sexual, something nasty, use racial slurs, things that none of us want to hear or see. And so you can mute them, kick them out, block them and all that. And so I have people that will do that for me because obviously when I'm on the live stream, I don't want to have to sit there and mute everybody. And so we haven't had any, but I give them, and I will give more if I see that they were going to start to come in, I would give them to more people because then at least somebody will catch them along the way. Yeah, you know what? And the truth is, I mean, my Marley was 151 pounds at her biggest, and she wasn't overweight. She was just huge. And with my health and the fact that reaching, lifting, it got unmanageable for me. And my husband's wheelchair bound. There's no way he could pick her up and put her in the van, and towards the end of her day, she had hip dysplasia, so she couldn't push herself up. So I would have to ask somebody to come to my house to help me lift the second half of my dog into my van, drive to the vet, which all of our vets are at least 30 minutes away, take her in and out there, get her back in, and it was becoming, I couldn't find groomers that would do the grooming for less than like $150. So I tried to do it myself, but Great Pyrenees, guys, that hair and that undercoat, it is no joke. It is nonstop shedding of clumps of hair everywhere. She wrecked probably 3 vacuum sweepers because it doesn't matter how much you pick it up. It's everywhere and you just don't even know it. Like I said, it's still there. A little tuft of her hair is right there and she's been gone since July. Oh, poor baby. But yeah, my vet says that she thinks that she got poisoned. On the news, they were saying that these toadstools in Oklahoma, that somehow they are a different strain, and that's probably the wrong word, but that dogs were eating these toadstools and dying. Well, we had those toadstools all over our yard, and obviously it wouldn't be there if I thought it was going to hurt my dog. The other thing was some treats that had been recalled that we knew specifically that we had fed to her. And so I don't know. She said, I can't give you a definitive answer of what happened, but her blood is black. There's no sugar. There's no hydration. She is like completely depleted of every natural substance that she needs in her blood. And the only time that kind of downfall happens is whenever they've been poisoned. Like the poison comes in and just wrecks everything. But by the time I got to her, because my husband said, Marley's down and I can't get her back up. And I just thought she fell and hurt her leg or something. But by the time I got there, she was already gone. Like she was crying and laboring to breathe, but she didn't even know I was there. Like we were trying to pour water in her mouth because it was hot out. And it was just, I don't know why I'm reliving this. I need to stop. But you know, I was about to have to make the decision to put her down, and I would have because I love her and I didn't want her to suffer. But she died before and made the decision for me. So I was thankful that I didn't have to say, yes, please put her down. Oh, Sarah, it is craziness, craziness. I never would have believed. I mean, I could brush a solid, like, kitchen trash bag full of hair off of her every single time I brushed her, which is, you know, at the beginning I used to brush her nonstop all the time, but then as things got, you know, worse and hard for me, I didn't do it as often as I wanted to. And, yeah, but we took the best care of her that we could, but it did get overwhelming at the end. But whenever she was that bad, I literally had 4 people lifting her into the van to take her to the vet because she was on a blanket. It took 4 people, 1 on each corner, to pick her up and put her in the van. But yeah, it's crazy because I've always been attached to my dogs and I was heartbroken losing any of them. But for some reason, this one is like the worst thing. And I don't know why I can't get past it, but I can't. And if I can't get past it, then there's no need for me to have another one right now. So I'm sure that God will tell me when my heart is ready for another one, and whenever that happens, I will. I'll be like, look guys, I got a new baby. But for now, my heart needs to heal some more, obviously, because I'm not done being so sad that she's gone. Yeah, if I'm going to tattoo her on my body. But yeah, I know you do, Amy. It's just, I get so attached. I'm attached to my cats that way too. But anyway, yeah. Dom Reese knows. There's been a couple times when I had a long stretch of really bad health days where I was just flaring and I couldn't do anything. And that Dom Reese and Becky would come and kind of use one of those carpet rakes and get the majority of the hair up and then vacuum. And you have to, like, vacuuming one room, you would have to, I have one of those vacuums that has a little, the little compartment that has the little cup that you pull out and empty. It's bagless. You would have to empty that 6, 8, 10 times in one room. And turn it over to pull all the hair out that had wrapped around the roller brush. So it's no joke. But I would not give up the time that we had with her for anything. I just absolutely wouldn't. because she was my heart. Oh my gosh. Oh, yeah. I was so lucky that the times that I had to move somewhere where I couldn't have my animals, my mom or my brother, somebody took care of them for me until I could get back to them. But yeah, now I have my own house, so I can have a dog whenever I'm ready. My husband and I can't come to an agreement because my mind says a dog small enough to put in my purse, and his idea of not as big is a basset hound. So our perspectives are here and here. And if you meet in the middle, that's like a Cocker Spaniel Golden Retriever type size, which is still too big. I need to have a dog that I can lift. I need a dog that I can wash in the sink. Yeah, I'm thinking Maltese, Shih Tzu, Yorkshire Terrier. That's the size of dog I'm talking about because I can manage it. And if it can't get itself up into something, I can get it up there. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a responsible pet owner. I don't want an animal that I can't take care of in the way that they deserve to be taken care of. And yes, they do. You know, in fact, I was going back into some of my older videos, and I'm not sure even what I was looking for, but she was in them. I was like, oh. I think I had this exact conversation the last time I had a live. I think I went into this whole thing and said the exact same thing I'm saying. Obviously, I still feel the same way, and I don't know why I put myself through it. I guess it's therapeutic to talk about it, and I know you guys understand, but I think I don't know why the weekends it seems more empty. So I guess because I have time to actually be around where she ordinarily always was. Yeah. And you know, most people wouldn't have an issue, but my husband's in a wheelchair and I have physical limitations about 50% of my life. And it would be different. You know, most people, at least one or the other, they could work together to get it. But with the two of us, if I'm not well, it's not happening. And I love my parents and they're wonderful to me and they're always helpful and supportive. And it was my dad. And I called him, I'm like, Daddy, Marley's down. I don't know what's wrong. And he right away called my aunt and my niece and nephew and my mom. And they all came and helped me get her there. But gosh, you know, what if they weren't? How would I have gotten her where she needed to go? And I don't ever want to be in that position again to where I feel like if they hadn't been there to rescue me, like what would I have done? She wouldn't have gotten any help. And that would have made me so upset to think that she needed help and I couldn't get her to help. And so I don't want to feel that way again or anymore. And so I would rather just not get one at all than get one that I can't manage. So like I said, I'm a responsible pet owner. Well, guys, we are actually past 3 hours. Can you believe it? I know. I want to show you the picture of her that I'm talking about. But if I undo my tripod and the cords and all that, like, it's going to be crazy and I don't want to. So one of these days I will. Wow, what, 3 hours? I know sometimes people go for like 5 or 6 hours, and I guess they get up and like, hey, hang on, I'm gonna go to the restroom or whatever. But I don't want to do it. I don't want to get up and go to the bathroom and leave you all just staring at my closet doors. I did too, Ellie. I'm so glad you got to come this time. And yes, you too, Heather. I'm excited that you got to come. It's fun to talk with you guys, and thank you to everybody else, Amy and Nicole and Dom Reese and people that are usually in my streams every time. I appreciate that so much. You're gonna love her, Ellie. And yeah, I think moving forward, I think my schedule will be Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays uploads, and Wednesday maybe a 1 or 2 hour live stream. I'm going to use my live streams for unbagging and unboxings, I think. It's just easier that way. And I don't feel like time sensitive where like every single person in the world has it up and I don't have it up yet because I haven't had time to film it. I would much rather just unbox it and then do a video with it later using it. Maybe I'll do that. I'll unbox BoxyCharm and Morphe Me and Sephora Play on my live stream. And then maybe for that month, put those all together and do a video using them so you can see them in action. But I think that's going to be my schedule. I think it's finally gotten to where I can actually have a schedule. Awesome. I'm excited about, you know, I'm getting closer to 1,000. All of a sudden, like I really stopped. Like I stalled for a long time. So I'm happy to see that I'm kind of moving up again. And I just want to get over the hump of that 1K so I can just be done with it. You know, be done with it already. I think I wanted them to come authentically, so I didn't want to force it with people who don't really want to watch my channel. But yeah, and then I have till June to get the 4,000 hours, so we're working on it. Thank you, Oreo. I thought you left me, but I forget. Most of you do leave me running even whenever you have to go do other things, and I appreciate it. Oh, I love Hobby Lobby so much. I can't hardly go in there, so I'll be watching that. Froggy, you hang in there. Yep, for sure. Well, I'm assuming that I have until my 1 year mark, which is June. That's going to be the previous 12 months. So if I don't have 4,000 by then I don't have 4,000 in the previous 12 months. Know what? Hi, Summer. I'm kind of wrapping things up, but now Nicole is getting ready to enlighten me with something. So once you get to 4,000, how do they know if you maintain the 4,000? Because they say you have to maintain it for the next year. Like, okay, so if I get to 4,000, they're just going to look and see if that was in the previous 12 months. I'm not being facetious. I really want to understand this because I need to understand this. Tell me, explain it to me to where I'll actually understand. Thanks, Oreo. I get pity watch hours from Oreo. He pities me because I don't have a nose ring hole in my face. I understand that. Okay, I understand what you're saying. You have to keep it up. But how can they measure it other than looking at a span of 12 months? Did she have 4,000 hours or not in that 12 months? Well, my 12 months is going to be from June to June. Or do they look at January to January and that's your year? I don't understand, so please help me. Hi, Mom. I need to take one, but I've got a roast in the crock pot. I'm going to break my fast if it's ready. So, if I still don't get that because how do I know what my year is? Is my year from June to June and they're just as long as you have 4,000 from June to June, you're good? Okay. Are you going to talk me through? Because I really need to understand this because I don't want to do anything based on thinking something when I'm incorrect. I'm going into my analytics now so you can help me. I'm going to, I hope, but gosh, I'm stuck in these 700s that don't seem to want to, I just don't seem to get out of the 700s. Click where it says last 28 days to the last. Okay, you can do it every day. Hang on, let me go look. Okay, how do I change this? So many days do you? Yearly. I'm still here, guys. I just am trying to find. I changed this in here, and every single time it doesn't save as it goes back to the default, and I have to do this every time. Okay, so I'm so sorry, but I'm still not getting it. Maybe let me try to finish what you asked me to do. So I changed to hours, and I tried to change to 365 days, but it's not, it didn't change. Okay. So if you have 4,000 hours and you pretty much maintain the average of what got you there, is it like an average? Do they average it out and just keep averaging it along with what's coming? Like on the analytics for average watch time, as you go, it averages out, and so your average view time is 12 minutes or whatever. But how long do you have to maintain that? So you hit 4,000 and they're going to see if you keep that average for that long. For how long? If you maintain it for how long? See what I mean? This is the part that bothers me. I don't want to be going full head on into something that I think I'm doing the right way, just like I did with the 10,000 views. I was so excited because literally after they made this change, it took me like 3 days and then I was at 10,000 views. So I felt like everything I was doing trying to get there was for naught, even though it's really not. But I felt that way because like, okay, I worked so hard to get to there and now I still nothing. Me too, Amy. I'm not able to get to where I'm looking at myself on the computer and I got this bewildered look on my face. That's what I look like when I'm concentrating, apparently. But anyway, it's not allowing me to really do what she's asked me to do as far as changing the metrics and stuff. Because I put it on yearly. And then I put it on watch time. And it shows me still the last 28 days. It says 562 watch time hours. And I'm guessing that's in the last 28 days. February 9th to March 8th is what it says. And so that's for a month. Well, on the monetization thing, it tells me, hang on. Is that what I was supposed to be looking at instead of the actual analytics? Because this is where I check to see where I am. And it tells me watch hour in the previous 12 months, 1,944. So I'm halfway there. But how do I know when those months started? Okay. Bye, Dom Race. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. I know. That's what I'm afraid of, Amy. So for now, but so it still isn't until June that I actually have 12 months on YouTube. So until June, isn't that June to June, and then it'll be a year, and either I have 4,000 or I don't? Oh, I'm really pretty smart, but this is making my head spin because the rules aren't obvious or precise. And is this on the analytics or is this on the monetization part? No, and that's exactly what I think, Amy. I think they're keeping us off kilter on purpose. So, okay, let me ask you this, Nicole, before I go through this whole process again. Ugh, all of a sudden, we must be getting ready to get some rain because all of a sudden my legs started to hurt really bad. See, that's what happens with me. I was perfectly fine all day, and now all of a sudden my legs are hurting really bad. What was I going to say? Oh, so say I get to 4,000 hours by June. It's just going to, I think I already asked this. You say it's continuous, but so whenever the year comes, my 4,000 isn't going to stop and it's not resetting. Gosh, Oreo, you have like 4 or 5 times more than me. Okay. I'm still not sure that I get it entirely. Because it says I have, from February 9th to March 8th, I have 33,858 watch time minutes and 2,640 views in the last 28 days. And then if I do yearly, doesn't change anything if I change it to yearly. Okay, let me read this again. So once you're in July, your last June's hours will drop off. Okay. Okay. So if it's June 27th, it counts the previous year from June 27th. And if I check it on July 19th, it's the year from June or July 19th back. Is that what you mean? All right. Great to see you, Froggy. And I meant to leave a long time ago. So I'm going to wrap things up here. But I really need to understand. I think I got it. So is it important then for me to be paying attention to how many hours there are? I mean, do I still want that number on the monetization thing to say 4,000? That's still what I'm shooting for, and it's not going to just disappear on June 19th when I have my first video, it's not just going to disappear. Because that's what it feels like. It feels like, okay, I'm going to fight so hard to get to that. And then as soon as that year passes, I'm starting over from scratch again. So they kind of update it monthly and consider the year monthly though. Wow, this is super sour. I put too much lemon juice in it. You mean on the chat where you were saying your hours and all that? Yeah, I saw. And you have like a butt ton more than me. Like way, lots more than me. Oh, you did the... Oh, yours is from December 27th, from 2012 to now. No wonder. I don't even have a year yet. Yeah. Well, I'm telling you what, it is slow to increase. And I have to have it on hours because if I look at minutes, it is too overwhelming. I don't like numbers like that. Well, I'm trying, you guys. I'm trying to do that. I mean, I'm trying to help you guys with that as much as I can. I don't believe, based on how much I've done that, I don't believe that we're getting all of them. And maybe it's because of the way that we're doing it. Maybe it's, you know, they've got things in place that combat that. But, you know, thank you, Ellie. I appreciate that so much. Everybody, you know, you got to have a kind of a pretty big entourage. So, yeah. Well, I knew that wasn't going to happen. But in my mind, I've always thought, okay, my deadline is June 19th because that was my very first video and that's a year. So I kind of thought that's how long I had to do it, and it's March, you know, and I'm only halfway there. So yeah. And I think they'll find a way to combat that more. They seem to have found a way to combat everything else. Thank you, Oreo. All right, guys, I am going to wrap things up. I'm going to go change over my laundry, see if my dinner is at least partly cooked, and get some cabbage cut up and do that. I told Becky she could come over and I would help her with eyebrows and lashes and a couple of other things. So, yeah, I need to have a little bit of time to get things going before she comes over. So, thank you all for your support. You were here with me for a long time, and I appreciate it, and I enjoyed it. And like I said, you know, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Wednesday live streams when I do them. Probably not every single Wednesday, but when school life is treating me well and I'm not completely dead to the world when I get home, I'll be doing them on Wednesdays. But go watch my collab with Denise tomorrow morning. It'll be 9:30 Central Time, and yeah, it turned out really cool, and I think you'll like it, and I'll have all her info in there for you to see. So, all right, guys, thank you again. That's true. That's what I was getting at with that summer. It's like they cannot give us all of them, because even kind of testing that to see, okay, I know that she's running me this long and those many hours were not given. I don't know. I don't want to talk about it too much. Thank you. That makes my heart smile big time when people say that they love my channel, because it matters to me. Okay. All right, guys. All right, Becky. Thank you for being here. And yeah, I have a few things I need to do. I mean, you can come whenever, but there's a few things I need to do. So, all right. I love you guys. Thank you for being my friends. I appreciate it so much, and I enjoy just hanging out and talking with you guys and hearing your opinions on things and your suggestions. I love it. So I appreciate it, and I hope you'll come back next time I do this. Yep, it is. All right, thanks again. I'll say what I always say. Until next time, guys, take care and God bless. Love and hugs to you. Bye.